Hello and welcome back to Demon the Descent here on Dork Tales. I'm your storyteller, Kelle. Are you seeing him? And folks, I gotta say, I'm very excited to be back here tonight with this amazing crew. We're gonna do introductions and then we're gonna hop into games. So first of all, let's say hello to Christa. Hey Christa, how you been? Tell us who you are, what you're playing.
Hello, I am Christa. I use she, they, or her, them pronouns, and I am not playing Doug McCullough. That's the wrong name. I am, in fact, playing Daphne / Emmett, aka Ms. Maccabee.
Nice. All right, over in the corner we have Kelle.
Hey, everybody, it's Kelle from up the road. I am playing tonight Ivy Watson. I use she, her pronouns. So does Ivy. Although she probably wouldn't recognize it if you said he, they, she probably wouldn't notice. She is a saboteur, hacker, all around, never do well, and terribly, terribly socially awkward.
Nice. All right, down in the corner we have Mike.
Hey everyone, it's me, Michael, going with he, him pronouns, and tonight I'm going to be playing Mr. Cinder, also known as Grover and or Haley, as the case may be. And yeah, let's set some fires and see what happens.
Nice. And rounding out our rang is James.
Hello, everyone. I'm James. I am playing, sorry, I use he, him pronouns, and I am playing Mr. Dredge and his one singular cover, Simon Berg, the heavy mechanic, with the machinery. Yeah, you get what I mean. Yeah.
I get what you mean.
He's real stocky. He's a heavy mechanic.
He's
a big guy, big boy.
He's a big boy. All right. And speaking of heavy, the plot that we're dealing with is heavy. So this is episode 3 of a number of episodes that will be eventually made. So the characters are all doing a bit of investigating. If you have not watched the first 2 episodes, I would recommend going back and checking those out. But if you want to jump right in here or have watched the other episodes, here's what you might need to be reminded of. The characters are members of a flexible organization, a ring of demons that exist in Vancouver, British Columbia. They have been brought together by an exile, a former angel known as the Tailor, who does favors for local rings, demons, and basically is just kind of a fence of the etheric variety. The Tailor has hired them to retrieve something that was stolen from one of his agents, another demon known as Mr. Hour. Mr. Hour, or at least his human cover, was found dead in an alleyway some time ago, on the night that he was supposed to be retrieving an object for him. For the Tailor, that is. The object went missing and the angel is dead, and now the Tailor needs you to get it back. In return, you're going to have some undisclosed favors and some very powerful leverage. In your mission, you have searched around and have investigated the death site of the angel, determining that it was a vehicular homicide inside of an alleyway, but perhaps was not actually murder. It seems like it was a matter of wrong place at the wrong time, as a number of young 20-somethings in a panel van accidentally crushed him to death against the side of an alleyway. That didn't stop them from looting the body and driving off, however. What makes this even more coincidental is that it appears that one of the people in the van is connected to a case that one of Mr. Cinder's covers, Haley Reiser, has been called to solve. A missing persons case of a certain one Kendra Wen. And with that, that is where we ended game last time, with you all departing the scene of the crime, having learned that there had been some gang activity in that area, and it appears that it got bloody. And in their haste to flee, the kids struck and killed an angel. Who knew? You could do it with a Ford Econoline. It's the only way to die, really.
Our ultimate weakness.
Our ultimate weakness,
well, that's
yeah.
why the band is called Econoline Crush.
Is that an actual band?
Yeah, from Vancouver.
All right. I'm going to write that in my notes.
An awesome little dive bar that's long gone, the Starfish Room.
Oh. Oh, Vancouver nerd. All right.
Saying I went to see Econoline crush at the Starfish Room is the most 90s sentence I think I've ever heard.
Right?
All right, and last game ended with the clock striking 8:53, which heralded the arrival of a hunter angel in Richmond, the sort of island that exists kind of south of Vancouver on the way to the U.S. border. That it's basically where the airport is in Vancouver, for those who don't know. The angel, of course, making their way to retrieve this package as well. With that, we once more return to Vancouver. It is going on 9 o'clock at night as you leave that alleyway. Darkness has settled in across the city, but it never really gets too dark in downtown Vancouver. All of the lights leave a sickly glow, like a funerary candle over the city. The gray clouds overhead blanket everything, obscuring the tall mountains in the distance. Just the glowing of neon lights and the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of speckled window lights that you see among the condos all around you. So many of them absent, though, so many of those empty buildings stare down at you as you leave that alleyway. What's the plan? Where are you headed?
I believe we've split up in vehicles and are heading to Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we're going to the fishery, right?
The burned down
see if we
fishery?
can find, to see if we can find these guys.
All right. Sounds good to me. So,
what was the name again of
the Lum Lai Key.
Sorry, the girl that Cinder was looking for.
Mr. Cinder.
Kendra.
Kendra. Okay.
Yeah. And we were also looking for the painting company, Kinder Painting. And Ms. Void said she would just Google that shit because everybody else was, I don't know, doing something. So, and it's also a Richmond painting company.
It is, yeah.
Oh, so the paint, is that where the painting company? Is that where we were going? Because it was their
That's
truck?
right. You were going to the painting company.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, no. There was also I have last here, a 6-car chain reaction accident in Richmond. An Asian man blind with a white cane came out from nowhere.
Yeah.
So that's our angel that just arrived.
Yeah. Which you're not personally aware of, but it happened.
No. Oh, okay. I was gonna say if she got a notification. That might change it.
No, that's
just
over there.
That just happened. So.
Cool.
You make your way down to Richmond. It's a simple drive, heading south, merging with the traffic, fighting your way against the rain. It's slow going, but at 9 o'clock at night, at least it's a little better than rush hour. And about a half hour later, you'll pull into a lot along this wide strip down by the Costco in Richmond. A number of old derelict buildings and businesses that have been kind of sitting by themselves since they were built in the late 80s, early 90s. Kind of dot the landscape there. Across the street, you can see an old Husky gas station. A bit further down, there are a couple of big box stores, a Michael's, some other craft stores, things like that. And sure enough, amidst a bunch of these independent buildings, you'll see a small parking lot suitable for about 8 cars. Some of the parking dividers, some of the parking ends just kind of in disarray. The concrete slabs where people have hit them over the years and they've slowly gone out of sync with the lines in the pavement. Thick weeds grow up around the corners and right through the center of the lot. And you can see there's a big pitched pit in the center of it that threatens to take anyone in a lowrider's bumper out. But it does say Kinder Painting.
Do we happen to see do I happen to see the van that did all this? Because I do remember it perfectly from the.
You do? Yeah. Well, and all demons have eidetic memory. They have flawless recollection.
So do I happen to see the van in the parking lot?
You do not. You do not. What you will see is a beat-up Volkswagen Rabbit.
Well, should we take a look around?
Does it seem like anyone's around?
Well, do you pull into the parking lot?
I will.
Okay. Now, the building kind of, its front door faces the road. Well, actually, its sign faces the road, and the parking lot kind of goes perpendicular to the main road alongside of it. So you can kind of pull up over a lip, and then you can park in one of the few spaces there. There's a little bit of a fence that separates the next lot, but it's got a bunch of gaps in it. And the next lot is some, looks like a Japanese food place. Like one of those cheap Japanese grills that usually pop up in malls. You know, a Tokyo grill or something like that. So if you pull in there, you'll see this beat up, bright blue, like a robin's egg blue rabbit parked there. To give you a sense of this place, its bottom floor is quite large, is big enough that you could... How to explain this? It's about the size of like a small town hardware store on the lower level. You know, probably a good shop size, about twice as large as a convenience store, one would say. However, as you're looking at it, taking a quick look around, anybody who wants to can please make me a wits and investigation roll to kind of scout the place out. You can work together as a teamwork roll if you'd like. You can use an int and investigation if you prefer. And tell me what you're looking at.
I think
Well,
I'd
I'm
look
down
at
to
the
a chance
car.
Okay.
Do you, we were riding together, James. Does
Yeah.
want to go look? Can we teamwork?
You totally can teamwork the car. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Cars?
Yeah,
That's
that's no. Well, actually,
Well,
I do know.
he does.
I do know cars. In my investigation, terrible. I'm down to a chance die.
All right.
Oh, good.
Oh wait. I used it. No, that kind of the super boost that demons can get from like tapping into the
Legend?
world. Yeah, legend.
Have you
that only
already
works for a
used
scene,
Legend?
right? Yes, I did. So I wasn't sure if that lasted for a scene or a night or what.
It lasts for... Let me just double check that.
I would imagine
it's-
a scene.
I believe it is the scene, but
All right, I'm just gonna roll my dice.
sounds good. We can look it up for next time.
Oh, okay.
Actually, wait, I made a note of it. Because I was clever. Spend 1 ether, reroll skill needed, gain imposter condition, page 112.
Wait, if I'm down to a chance die, I can choose to critically fail, right?
If you fail the roll, yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But odds are
Okay,
you will
okay.
fail.
Nah, I rolled a 9. I got a 1.
Well, no, chance dice
shucks.
chance dice is a 10 or a 1, my friend.
Oh, sweet! Fail.
So were you down to 1 dice or were you down to 0 dice?
I'm down to 0. I had
Okay.
a pool of 2, and I have -3 for being unskilled.
Okay. So the legend. So you can use it to generate skills or merits with legend. So like resources. Then they last till the end of the scene. You can only have 1 legend active at a time.
Yeah.
So,
Then I am.
all right. So you are going to dramatically fail. Ms. Maccabee, I want you to give me your roll.
Can't believe you've done this.
So, and if you
One.
choose to
Just
dramatically
one.
fail, take a beat, James.
Please.
Okay. So you got how many successes, Christa?
Just one.
Just one? All right, so looking around, you kind of get in close on this Volkswagen Rabbit. Now, Volkswagen Rabbit, this looks like, getting a look at it, it's probably a 2009. It's a 2-door with that sloping back. It has its gas tank flap has been broken off. by time. One of its mirrors is missing. It is rusted all along the underside. I guess they didn't get that rust-resistant coating. It's missing one of its hubcaps, and you can see that it looks like people have slept in this. There is a strong odor as you approach it, and one of the windows is rolled down about 1/4 of an inch, enough that you can smell the strong scent of a mixture of BO and well, people smoke a lot of pot in this thing. And
Is there anybody in it?
there is not. There's not. There could be some stuff in it that you could look around and maybe grab some clues from, but you'd have to get the door open.
Sure. Okay.
So,
Hey, I've worked with this kind of vehicle before. There's a trick to this.
okay.
I'm gonna go over to the door and then just gonna, I'm gonna like try to like.
And
pull
as
it up
you
and
do
pull it
that, the door handle is going to snap off in your hands, collide with the window, and the side passenger window is going to shatter into 1,000 pieces. You have the door handle in your hand.
It worked.
Oh my!
And it is
I
at
hope you
this
two are
note.
having better luck.
All right, and as we cross over, Mr. Cinder and Miss Void, what are you two doing?
We probably pulled in shortly after them, but Haley's gonna go and park in a obscure-ish corner and look over at Miss Boyd and say, I have to put this outfit away, and then get out and pop the trunk, and then go into the back and make sure it's all like nice and flat in the trunk, and then change forms into Grover.
Okay. So stepping into the trunk, you'll come back out as a rather soft man in his late 50s. Okay. And so stepping out there, what do you two do? Looking at this building, where would you like to investigate?
Void is probably starting with any information she can find online. Nobody really knows how, but she actually manages to get onto the dark web out in public on public Wi-Fi. It's really, it's
That's how you want to do it.
No, totally.
Sponsored by NordVPN.
Yeah, she goes war walking, to use the old-timey phrase.
Right.
Yeah, so she's checking whatever she can, information on the building, any specs, etc.
So what I would like you to do, so you can use your phone to basically hotspot it, so you won't have any internet problems out here. So I'm going to give me an intelligence and computers roll at just give it to me flat.
Okay.
Your hacking specialty will not apply because you're not hacking
No.
anything.
No.
Okay.
Only 2 successes. That is
All right. Kinder Painters is a specialist in house painting predominantly. They do businesses, but they're predominantly for like houses, especially in like suburban areas. You'll see that they have a flyering campaign where they go around, of course, and like do basically canvassing. Where would you like your aluminum siding painted type of thing? They are a locally owned business that used to be much more prestigious back in the 80s and 90s, but since has kind of fallen into a bit of disrepair, particularly as all the condos have been sprouting up. Not really much house painting to do with a condo. In fact, with that research, it looks like they make most of their money by employing students, college-age students, on the cheap. Hey, you want to do house painting for the summer? We'll pay you $18 an hour, $17 an hour, whatever is like $2 more than minimum wage, to go and paint. You'll get a tan, you'll get swole, Practice, get paid for practicing your artistic skills and get tan and buff while you do it. The ads
you'll
are
look
using
it, but you'll have no stamina.
yeah. And of course, as you're seeing these ads posted, you're going to see a bunch of them on like the University of British Columbia and Simon Fraser University message boards, and like on their student union page and stuff. And they're all using like, "Come paint with us. It's lit, fam." Like language that nobody inside of Gen Z uses at all anymore.
No. Okay.
And the last thing that you will find is that the current manager of Kinder Painters, the acting manager is a guy named Harold Summers. Kind of an older dude, about, hey, probably pushing 60 at this point. Bald, kind of looks like everybody's washed up drunk uncle, you know, bald,
Mr.
big,
Leahy?
no, kind of looks like one of the two cops from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
But like we're talking like he's bald, big second chin, kind of looks like Kevin from The Office, I guess is what I could say. But big, fluffy tufts of feathery hair around the side of his head that grow out like full bushes. Just a kind of a dumb smile on his face. But he's got one of those faces in the photo that you pull up that says that probably he used to play football when he was younger. He's got like a broken nose. Probably was pretty good looking in high school. And then he ate his weight in nachos many, many times. And now is kind of washed up. But as you're looking at that, you are going to pull up one picture as well of, it's like our staff. And you will see assistant manager Jeffrey Summers, which is a young kid about 20, pretty okay looking, kind of gangly, big Adam's apple, but a real punk haircut on him.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if this means anything to you, but it's about the age range of some of the people that Mr. Dredge described to you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you're going to pull up with 2 successes. Mr. Cinder, as Ms. Void is tapping away on her keyboard in the front of your car, what do you do?
Grover fixes his little bow tie and kind of looks up towards the rain and fixes his hair because obviously, you know, having changed covers, it's probably a little mussed up. And then goes back to the front of the car, pops open the glove box, and pulls out the ever-handy multi-tool that's in there. And walking by Ms. Void says, I'm going to go see if the door is open. And then tap the multi-tool in his hand.
Okay. As you're walking by, can you give me a wits and composure roll?
Funny you should mention that. I have Trained Observer.
Ooh, nice.
So that is going to give me the 8 again quality on
Beautiful.
anything involving perception checks. How many dice am I rolling? And I do actually have night vision as well, so that gives me 2 extra dice. Now, do I have to do my cover roll to see if I can use my night vision?
You will have to do your cover roll, but it is an extreme benefit. So you are going to be doing your cover roll, which is wits and there's manipulation and transformation, premium, partial. So you are going to, first off, you're going to suffer. Or you're going to gain a benefit equal to all of the things that you are not activating on that. Okay. And then it is a roll of... Just double checking compromise roll. Page 113. Okay, compromises... Okay, what is your cover rating?
My cover rating is 7.
Okay, so you are going to roll the number of things you're not using as a bonus, plus your wits and manipulation, plus 1.
So the number of things I'm not using?
Yep. So the number, when you're doing a partial
my...
transformation, yeah, so if you have 6 form shapes, form abilities, form powers,
Oh, okay.
and you're only using one, you gain a +5 bonus. It's a huge bonus.
Yeah, I've got like 8.
Yeah, so you're doing this as a +8.
Because I'm already rolling 9 dice here with that +2. So
Yep,
that's like
you're gonna be
another 8
rolling-
on top of that.
Yeah, so that's 16, 17 dice.
All ones.
one,
All
two-
ones.
Well, there's 2
Yeah.
zeros right there. There's 3 successes plus those.
Okay. Okay.
Plus another 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4 more successes.
Okay, so we're over 5 at this point, right?
Yeah, and then 2 more. Nothing else on the last 2. So yeah, I'm at like 6 successes.
Okay, so that's an
My
exceptional
cover's
success.
good.
So you're not only going to survive the compromise, but you're going to incorporate it into your cover and become stronger for it. You're going to take a beat, cover beat, or a regular beat, your choice.
Cover beat.
Okay, and you'll regain a point of willpower if you're down any.
No, I'm not.
Okay, well you still feel good
Okay.
about yourself. All right, so night sight is going to turn on, and you are immediately going to be able to see in the dark at this point. Don't worry about rolling for wits and composure. With trained observer, I'm just going to give it to you with night sight. So it is a large building, but it's actually fairly tall. It's a 2-story. And
Yeah, that would be
as-
another 6 plus 8 again on any of those rolls. So
Yeah, so I'm just going to give this to you in the dark. You'll be able to see it. Around the back of the building, on the other side of a dumpster that's kind of would have been obscuring your view, you're going to see that there is a wooden stairwell built into the back of this painter shop that goes up to a 2nd floor. Looks like perhaps a living quarters?
interesting. Is there a front door? Or is this like the only apparent?
So
entrance?
there's a front door into the business itself, but around the back side of it, there's this wooden stairwell built up against the side of the building that leads up to what looks like an overshop suite.
Hmm.
And it looks like its only entrance is from the rear, which you just are now noticing because of your night sight.
I will take note of all of this and head towards the front door.
Okay.
And look in, see if I can see any obvious security measures, like maybe a camera or if there's anything wired on the door.
Okay. So for this, I want you to give me a wits and larceny roll to scope this place out.
Larceny. Not a thing.
If you don't have larceny, you can spoof it with legend.
Nah, my wits is half decent, so I'm just
All
going to roll that.
Sure. You can always spend a willpower point as well to get 3 more dice.
I got an 8 and a 9 anyway, so.
Okay. So-
that would be it too.
So glancing around, you can see that there's a deadbolt on the front door, as well as like an internal pull-down gate.
Is it pulled down? Or can
It
I
is
actually
pulled down,
see in? Oh, okay.
but you can see through it. It's basically like this rickety like chain gate on the inside.
So I can actually see through it then.
You can totally see through it. Yeah, the gaps are big enough that like a mouse could easily hop through it, type of thing. Right?
Or somebody with the ability to teleport. I'm going to teleport through.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend an ether.
Okay. Okay. All right. So teleporting, I believe, might be another compromise roll. Is that that's one of your covers? Or pardon me, that's not one of your covers. That's what I'm saying. It's one of your
Propulsion. So
your propulsions.
it's one of
Okay,
my
so
demonic
activating
forms.
that. Okay, give me another. God damn, this is a huge roll to do this. So an expenditure of 1 ether per form assumed. Okay. So just so everybody knows for future references, this is our first time really playing Demon. Whenever you do a partial transformation, you have to spend a point of ether or aether on top of what you normally would spend to activate it. So I just saw that. And a point of aether again to revert back. And if it takes more than a round, like, you can charge up to pay for it. Let's see. You can't use any... let's see. Once you've... you cannot manifest... Okay, so once you've partially transformed, you cannot manifest additional form abilities until you revert completely back to human. So you'll have to turn off Night Sight, then turn on Teleport.
Okay.
So...
I
guess
I can do like Night Sight and then teleport in once I look.
You turned on Night
back?
Sight outside. You can't have more than one partial transformation on because you're focusing really hard on just doing the one thing.
Oh, okay.
So that's the downside of it.
Okay.
So, do you still want to teleport in?
2. So wait, it cost me 1 to change my form, then 1 to teleport, and then 1 to change back. So then, like, this is costing me 5 altogether.
It's gonna cost you quite a bit. So,
Or this would be like, yeah, it'd be 5 altogether.
So it's 1 to turn it on plus, and then 1 to turn it off. Your Night Sight.
Yeah, and then teleport actually costs me 1.
So
to
I don't think
it.
teleportation causes you to. I'm gonna say I'm not certain how it's written, but I'm gonna rule that it's gonna cost you a total of 4 for this, not a total of 5. I'm gonna assume that teleportation gets you there. You don't have to spend a point of aether to re-manifest at the end of it.
No, it doesn't. It says I can just move anywhere I can see, but anything I'm carrying is considered to go with me, but I can't carry anyone else or any considerable weight or object other than what's normally on me.
So it would be 2 for the Night Sight, and then it'd be 2 for this because you have to spend an extra just a partial.
But it'd be 3, wouldn't it? Because it cost me 1 just to even utilize it, 1 to change, and then 1 to change back.
I'm gonna say that we're not gonna worry about the changing back on the propulsion. We're not gonna worry about the change back on that one. So yeah, just mark out the total of 4 aether off of your sheet, because that's kind of a weird rule.
Yeah, it is a little weird.
I get it, but
Okay.
All right, and
then do my cover roll,
do your cover roll. Yep.
which is going to be a ridiculous amount again. Yeah, there's like 1, 2, 3 plus a 0, so 3.
3 total.
Yep.
Okay, and that's with the bonus that you had before. Cool.
Yep.
All right, so you're going to come through the compromise intact. However, as you kind of phase through, you're going to just kind of feel this like pressure around you. As you're inside of there, you're going to go completely still, and you're going to just have this moment where you feel like something might have registered you. You are going to gain... I'm going to give you the... Do you want to gain the guilty, shaken, or spooked condition, or roll for a temporary glitch? You want the glitch. I know you.
No, I'll take the shaken.
Shaken? Okay, so the shaken condition is as follows. Or can you look it up yourself?
Yeah, I can look it up.
Cool. All right, so you'll gain the shaken condition, and that is right at the end of Chronicles of Darkness, and I'm pretty sure it's inside of Demon of the Descent as well somewhere. But, so, appearing inside, you're going to look around, and you're going to, before you move, are going to look up and see that there is a little red light on the inside of the door. Kind of a little box that you will recognize as a motion detector. pointed at the front door, and right beneath it. You think you're just on the outside of it, and its range. You can see another one pointed over by the cash register, which is kind of down and to the right of where you are.
I am going to have to cheat. I'm going to use Occam's razor.
Okay. How does that one work?
Scientific concept that states with everything else being equal, the explanation for a phenomenon that requires the fewest assumptions tends to be the correct one. That is, the simplest explanation is usually true, since demons often find themselves in situations that are not easily explicable, such as standing in the middle of a store, and have the need to keep their cover. A way to conceal their activities is useful. This embed provides that, making witnesses inclined to believe whatever explanation occurs to them, as long as it is simpler than the truth.
Okay, you don't really have any witnesses right now, though, do you?
Is there a camera?
There's not a camera, just the motion detectors.
Okay.
They didn't pay for a camera.
So it's probably, like, I'm not sure how that's going to actually work, but
I don't know if it will. What page is Occam's razor on?
246, Demon the Descent.
Cool. So Occam's razor is 246?
Yes. It does last the scene, so I mean, it's
146.
Was it 146?
246 is the Seattle guide, I think. Bit of extra to cover. So basically, this is like defense for your cover. So I don't think that this would be useful in this moment. But when interacting with anybody that could cause your cover to blow, this is going to be critical.
It does last for the rest of the scene, so I'm like, if I'm standing in the middle of a store and someone comes in.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me manipulation and persuasion then.
One, two, three. That's 4.
4 successes. All right. So you're going to have a. Let's see. You add your primum to your effective cover for the scene, but for the purpose of compromise rolls. So whatever your primum is
plus 2. Yeah.
Plus 2. Okay. So you're going to have a cover of 9 for the remainder of the scene. So you're going to teleport in and activate that just in case, taking a big breath. And we're going to transition back outside of the building now that you're inside of there, to over where Miss Maccabee and Mr. Dredge are looking at this destroyed window. As that window's destroyed, you see that you're kind of like looking at the car, and Mr. Cinder has walked up and just phased through the front window.
He gets to have all the fun. She's just going to kind of delicately but firmly push Dredge out of the way of the car and just like, you know, lean in and hold her nose and stop breathing and look in and see what she can find in the car.
That sounds great. I want you to give me...
Sorry, Dredge is just going to like heft that handle and just be like... and just chuck it over the fence.
You're going to hear a cat yowl.
Crash bang. Can you do nothing quietly?
I got the door open.
Miss Maccabee, please give me an int and investigation roll, or a wits and composure roll. I'll let you pick between them.
It's the same roll.
Then do it.
I can't manipulate this inanimate object, so I'm not gonna have a great one.
Yeah, this isn't Beauty and the Beast.
Exactly. Ugh. 2 1s, but I got an 8, so it's okay.
You got an 8? Okay.
God, I roll bad in this game.
So pushing some of the glass out of the way, you are going to find You're gonna find a couple of quick things. A lot of used wrappers of various kinds. We're talking. There's gonna be like burger wrappers, condom wrappers, and yeah, a box of Smarties with a couple of like little Smarties going inside. The M&M kind for Canadians.
Yes.
And as you are looking around, you'll check the glove box. You'll find there's an EpiPen inside of there.
Take a look. Does it have like a name on it?
Yeah, it does actually. This one actually was bought like that. It is an EpiPen for Haley Huang.
Ooh,
What'd you
that's the
find?
person we're looking for, right? She'll have pulled out like a napkin or something and picked it up and taken a look. Go. Looks like we're on the right track.
Hey,
Where did Cinder go? Oh, God.
he went inside the. Yeah.
Do we think they're up there? Point at the like living space above the.
I don't know.
work-
Let's go find out.
Yes, the master of tact. Wonderful. Come on. Ivy, we're going to investigate. Or sorry, you're Miss Void, right? Sorry, Miss Void. We're going to investigate.
Okay. She'll get out of the car and walk over.
It is definitely going to drench you as you head outside. It is going to be unpleasant. But you'll make your way up, and it's a rickety stairwell made of old, kind of red painted wood that's going to take you up the back. Out on the deck up top, which barely a deck, just enough for people to take their shoes off, you'll see an old blacktop or an old black metal dome barbecue perched there. It's one of those ones that has the two big wheels on the back that you have to lift and drag. But one of the wheels has popped off, leaving it kind of sadly sagging to one side. A bag of soaked charcoal briquettes kind of rolled up like a chip bag down on its lower grates.
Kelle just pointed out, I might be wrong. Is Haley Huang the person that Mr. Cinder's looking for?
No.
Or is it a Ken? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
then I don't know who this
it is
person is.
Kendra. Okay.
I'm very
He's
confused.
He's looking for, they're looking for Kendra Wen.
Kendra.
Kendra Wen. Okay. Okay, in that case, I probably would have given this name to Miss. I would have stopped to talk to Miss Void before I went off. Sorry, I got my names mistaken.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
right.
So Void can just pop it in, and she can check on her phone, quick Google search to see what.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna go climb upstairs towards the. And I'm probably just gonna like peer around and see if I can see anything through the windows.
Okay.
It's so inconspicuous.
Ms. Void, can you please give me an int in computers roll at a -1 because this is a little more difficult.
Can I never know how assisting works in things like this.
How would you assist in this? Like, what could you do to help her?
I have digital investigation, or like investigation with a specialty in digital. I don't know if maybe I have, as a private investigator, maybe I have some kind of access to medical records and can like start somewhere.
What I will give you before you roll, Miss Void.
Okay.
Miss Maccabee, can you please give me an intelligence and... Do you have medicine?
I do not.
Okay. You could give me... you could either give me
I have
investigation or
academic
politics.
computers. Would I guess I'm not... My investigation and politics are the same, but I have a specialty in digital investigation and a specialty in corporations politics.
That'll work. Actually, absolutely, corporations will work.
Cool. I'll do those then. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's a 9. And
9, okay.
yeah, just the one success. And the
Okay.
last die.
So glancing down at the EpiPen, you are going to recognize that it is a pharmacy that is located at UBC campus, like an on-campus pharmacy.
Okay. Start. See if you can get into the pharmacy on the UBC campus. That's where she got this.
Okay.
Oh,
So Miss
okay.
Void, do this at a +1 instead of a -1 now.
Okay.
Helping.
Helping good. I have 7 dice to roll.
Yay!
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
4 successes. You are immediately going to pull up a Bachelor of Fine Arts section on Haley Huang. Haley Huang was a major in UBC's poetry department, who won a prestigious scholarship the year before this one, and was getting a full ride scholarship. You'll also pull up a student news article that lists a little bit of a student scandal, saying that an unnamed student in the UBC writing department was recently expelled for dealing amphetamines to other students at school.
Okay.
And the reason that you pull this up is a bunch of people in the comments say, you know, you can just say it. We know it was Haley.
Okay. All right.
Mule. So that's what you're going to see. And then, Mr. Dredge, you're going to wander upstairs. The door there is a deadbolt and a simple little, looks like a push lock from the inside.
Okay.
One of the little
Can I
little twisties.
Okay. Can I see through the windows at all?
So there are no windows on the side, but there is a window in the door that has a curtain on it, but the curtain is not drawn, of course. So you can see kind of inside. You can see there's a fish tank that's glowing on the right side. It looks like it opens directly into like a linoleum tiled kitchen.
Okay.
The sinks and stuff on the left side, pantries, that fish tank on the right, and then it looks like probably a living room beyond. You think there's a light inside the living room, but it looks like a desk lamp or something, like a little, the type of light that you would forget to turn off.
Is there a doorbell?
There is a doorbell.
Ding dong.
Okay. Meanwhile, downstairs, Mr. Cinder, you're going to hear ding dong, kind of muffled through the floor, coming from upstairs.
I can't believe you've done this.
Probably hear like the sounds of movement and turn around and head towards the door and see if there's a latch on the inside that can open the door. I'm not going to open it, but I just want to make sure I can open the door.
Well, so you're on the main floor. He's up on the second floor. So, but you're going to hear it kind of echo through the floor.
I'm looking at the door that I went through.
Okay. So if you head back to that door, it is going to trigger the motion alarm.
Oh, okay.
So,
so I'm stuck in the middle of the room?
well, it depends. What are you going to do? So there's a motion alarm kind of pointing at the door, and there's a motion alarm kind of pointing over at the cash register. You think you have a good sense of where their limits are, so you can probably skirt around the cash register one and probably head into the back room. But if you have anything that overrides alarms or something like that, or short circuits anything.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, looking around, if you wanted to call any of your friends that might have this, you could very easily just walk over and unlock the front door. You'd probably have a good 30 seconds before the alarm went off, if any of them can do it.
Well, that was the first thing I was trying to check to see if I could unlock the door from this side.
Yeah, you
Well,
can
he means
unlock it, but-
you're gonna set the alarm, but there would be like 30 seconds of us being able to run over and shut it off as if someone walked in normally.
Yeah, because that's what happens with a motion alarm on a place.
Yeah.
So yes, I can do that.
You
'Cause
can.
that's all I was checking. I'm not like smashing through the front door. I'm just wanted to see if I could open the door by looking at it, but
Yeah, you can. It will set off the motion alarm, but you can.
okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, looking at that, then is the like shutter down covering the door? Like I'd have to open it to get out this way?
It is, but it's a simple like little click lock on this side.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to assess the security in here. It's all
It's
I'm
not
doing.
great. It's really not great. No, especially when you can teleport through their security measures, it's not great.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I'm going to just circumvent all the motion detectors and just head towards the back room, trying to be as quiet as possible.
Okay. So pushing back around the way, you'll manage to kind of hunker down and dodge around where the cash register is, and you can see there's a little office door in the back, a green one with like this bright yellow handle, and it looks like a little manager's office. It's got like Venetian blinds hanging in front of this large window with peeling paint. Not a good sign when a paint place has peeling paint inside of their place. And the door is covered with local band stickers.
Oh, look at that. Charming. Take a quick look around to see if there's any like rubber gloves, and of course not seeing any, he'll just scoot his sleeve down.
Oh, there are
over
tons
his
of
hand.
gloves on shelves here. Painter's gloves.
Oh, well, in that case, I will grab one and put it on.
Yeah, totally. You could absolutely can. And you'll click and open the door.
Yep.
Okay. So with that, let's pop back upstairs for Mr. Dredge then. So, Mr. Dredge, you ring the doorbell. There is no sound coming from inside. Although you think you might distantly hear the sound of a door open.
You know what? I think I need to get through this door. I am going to try. I have a power for this.
Is it shoulder?
I think I'm going to probably. What was that?
Is it just shoulder?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, actually, I was going to do probably like the. You know, yeah, sure. I'll try putting my shoulder into how sturdy does this door look?
Not really.
All right, I will put my shoulder into it.
Okay, go ahead and give me a strength. Now, this is going to be a strength and athletics roll.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, this door has a, we'll say a hardness of 3. And it has, like, okay, how many successes did you get?
I have 2 successes on my first run.
Okay, so you'll slam your shoulder into it, and you'll hear some of the wood crack and splinter, but it holds up.
Ow. Take another go.
Okay.
Does
You
this
wanna spend
like
a willpower?
echo through the parking lot?
So yeah, you're gonna hear crunk.
I got another 2 on
What
that one.
are you doing?
So you're gonna hit it again.
Making
and get
progress.
You're gonna get another crunk. It's gonna start to dent a bit more. Oh, you just need a little bit better momentum.
Third time's the charge. Third time's the
no,
charge. I'm gonna
please.
back up extra distance to the.
Okay. You know what? I'll give you a +1 for that distance.
Oh no!
Okay.
All once. Watch, watch,
And I got another
watch,
2.
watch,
There was-
watch.
Another 2?
Yep.
Okay, so you slam into the door again, but it just doesn't want to give.
Really?
It's tougher than it looks. I'm gonna give it a boost.
Miss Boyd, do you
Okay.
have this?
Give me a strength and brawl roll.
Okay.
I'll give you +1 for workers' boots.
All right. Oh, there we go. There's the double tens.
There we go.
That's 5.
Cool. It had. It ignores the first 3 points of damage because it's a piece of wood. So you just get frustrated. So Miss Maccabee and Miss Void, are you walking around now?
I was going to, but I don't know what you're doing.
Yes, walking around. It's like,
Okay,
gotta
so
see
you'll
what
walk.
kind of crazy's happening.
You'll walk up the stairwell, and at this point, you're going to see Mr. Dredge just take a running and just slam his foot into it, and the door is going to explode open. The deadbolt's going to stay in the lock. The door is just going to have a big chunk ripped out of it with sharded splinters sticking out into air.
Is my foot
the
stuck
door-
in the door? It's just like
Hanging.
Yes. Yeah, so you're going to kind of hop in a bit. It's going to kind of dig into your under thigh.
success. I will just kind of shove the door aside.
Okay. The fish look very surprised in the nearby fish tank.
See, you guys just kind of fumble around with all this like high tech to do, and you just go for it. You just go for it. And I'm gonna walk in there.
Okay. So as you walk in, let us head back down through the floor. Mr. Cinder, you head into the back office. And as you do, it's a small office. It's about 10 feet by about 6 feet. Enough
Can
that
I
there's-
like simultaneously open the door at the same time and hear it getting crashing upstairs and
Yeah.
just kind of mumble under his breath? Amateurs.
So, there's not terribly much in this room besides stinky carpet, a very old rolly chair, a big CRT monitor on this old like computer with smoke yellowed keyboard attached to it. You're going to see that there's quite a large safe, well, you know, about a 2-foot tall drop safe underneath the counter, and then a bunch of paperwork, printers, looks like employee schedules on the wall. A lot of paperwork in here.
I will take a quick look at the schedule to see if anyone is scheduled to show up today or tomorrow and any time in the near future.
Yeah, you will see that tomorrow, the people that are supposed to be on. Let's see. Jeffrey is off tomorrow, so the manager's off. Vincent and Kendra are supposed to be working tomorrow.
I will lock that into the databanks and continue to look through all the other stuff on the desk here.
You will also see that there is a girl named Haley who works there as well. So sorting through all the other stuff, why don't you give me a wits or int and investigation roll?
Okay, wits and investigation?
Wits and investigation.
That's my investigation. There it is.
Several dice.
1, 2, 3.
Several dice, we hope.
Can I use my trained observer with this?
I'll say for this, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
This is specifically detail oriented, so yeah, let's all allow that.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
4 successes. All right, looking around, you're going to see there's a bunch of stuff around there. One of which is a blank post-it pad on the desk. However, with your keen observation, you're going to notice there's a little bit of an imprint left on it from the previous writing. And nearby in this little basket, you'll see a bunch of pens and a pencil.
He will just run his finger over the imprint on the paper a few times, having, you know, a memory of where all the letters would be. Why bother scribbling on there when you can
Fair.
just feel it in spatial and reconnect it in your head?
Okay. It is the address of the parking garage that you investigated earlier tonight, as well as a time that corroborates with that killing
I didn't see that on the schedule, did I?
No,
Is
it was
this-
after hours.
Does the writing match anybody's handwriting in here?
Yes, it matches the handwriting on the schedule, which looks like it was written by Jeffrey.
That's what I was going to guess, actually.
I will take a quick scan around to see if I can find Jeffrey's business card available on the desk or near the desk or pinned up anywhere.
Yeah, you'll be able to find them pretty easily. There are quite a few of them, but there are absolute boxes of Mr. Summers, the actual manager. It looks like those boxes have like a thick layer of dirt of dust on top of them.
Don't mind if I do, and scoop like a couple of them.
Yep. So it's just Jeffrey and what was the father's name again? Do you guys remember?
Yes, it.
Sir
hang on.
Harold. Harold.
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't have it written down. All right. So you'll have tons of Harold's cards, but there are some of Jeffrey Summers there that you'll be able to get to as well. And as you are looking around, you are also going to notice that the safe, it's a digital key code safe for overnight drops. But as you're glancing around, you're going to see that around. So the way that it works, it's like a bar drop safe in here. So for those who don't know, the way that works is there's a slot in the top that you put your stuff into, usually anything about the size of like a very thickly padded envelope for cash. And then there's a wheel on the side that kind of works to suck the thing down, kind of like a revolving door. And then the only way to get things back out is to enter a key code and open the safe, because it kind of just goes thump into the bottom. Okay. A lot of bars use this, and a lot of businesses do as well. They're weirder ones, but these are the ones that I'm familiar with. As you are glancing down, you are going to see just in the corner of the drop slot on the top of the safe, somebody spilled something there. There's a little residue on top of it. Now, this office is pretty dusty. It's not very clean, but dust isn't white.
Nope.
There's a thin layer of powder, about as much as if someone took a sugar packet and ripped it open on top.
Are there any lines in it?
Taking the rubber glove, I will run a couple fingers through it to see if I can pick up any of the residue.
You absolutely
Then flip the glove inside out and deposit it in my pocket.
can. Okay. As you are touching it, do you have any points of streetwise?
Let me check. I do, because Haley.
If you want to examine it with int and streetwise before you put it in your pocket, you can.
I am going to do that. 2, 3. Trained observer.
Trained observer, yeah.
Ooh, gee. That was very close to a fail, but I got it 1-9, so 1.
It is a very thin, powdery substance, and you are pretty sure off the top of this, it is either one of three things. It's either Splenda. It's not Splenda. It's likely either cocaine or heroin. You can't
Could be
quite
meth.
tell in this. What's that?
It could be meth.
It could be meth. I don't. It might be. It might. It's not.
Okay.
It's not. But all the meth in my Vancouver is blue.
For reasons.
Yeah, James, put on a hat. All right. So you're going to find that, and let us transition back through the floor as you find that little bit of evidence down here. Upstairs, as you boot in the door and hop in, what do the three of you do?
Well,
Following.
I am just going to go strolling through the place and see if I
Yeah.
can find anyone.
Okay.
There's
Just clear
this
the
headache
place first. Make sure there's
building.
no one else around.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go in and start taking a look around.
Okay, so I want to know where you folks are going. Here's the layout of the building. Okay, so you walk in the bottom. There is a long, like an overly long kitchen, like a kitchen that is probably twice the length it needs to be, and that's because the kitchen also serves as the laundry room. Just inside of the door, on the left, you'll see a washer and dryer next to each other, next to an old beat-up dishwasher that doesn't look like it's in use, although it is full. The door is half open. Grimy dishes inside, a pair of double sinks on the side. There's a fish tank on the right, and you'll see that just on the other side of the fish tanks, there is an archway that leads into a hallway. If you keep going straight through the kitchen, it looks like it goes to a large living room that has a bit of glowing light coming from it. So, the hallway leads...
Computer, that's where Void's going.
Okay. All right. So... heading straight there. What about Maccabee and Dredge?
I'm gonna go check out the living room. That was my plan.
Okay, so you'll go with Miss Void to the living room. Ms. Maccabee.
Maccabee is going to very obnoxiously do that thing to fish you're not supposed to do and tap on the glass a couple of times. And then she's going to walk into the kitchen and start looking at the laundry machines.
Okay. That's nice. Clever. I would like everybody to make me a wits and composure roll, just to get a general sense of things around here.
I also have trained observer. Do I get to use
So 8 again, please.
Wits and composure.
Oh, yeah, 1, 2.
Did you fail again?
No, I got like my first roll. I had like 2, 3, 4, and on because I had 6 dice, so I had to roll twice. And then my second roll, I got 3 10s.
Holy crap!
Yeah, and I got one, and so I got 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So 3 successes. 3 successes. Miss Void. How many successes
Sorry?
did you get, Miss Void, on your wits and composure roll?
Let's composure. Sorry, I was elsewhere. I hadn't.
Kelle failed her
didn't
wits
think I'd
composure
gotten there.
roll.
Kale failed again.
Wits
So
composure roll.
Nope, sorry, I got Kelle failed, but Ms. Void got 4. Oh,
Okay,
wait, sorry,
so-
no, those are 3 10s. Hang on. Those are 3 10s. So we got 4.
Hot diggity.
6. That's another 10. That's it. 6.
6 successes. All right. So here's what's going to happen. You are going to head into the main living room area. We'll start with you two. Now, the living room is this broad end cap that's about 15 feet, maybe 20 feet even deep, and about 20 feet wide. It's a huge square. Just inside of it, there is a broad wall that separates it from the hallway that probably leads to the bedrooms. This broad wall, there is a 60-some inch, probably 65-inch TV up against it. Looks pretty new, actually. Definitely top of the line. This is one of the ones they put at the front of a Costco, you know, to draw the eye. Probably about a $3,000 TV. Beneath it, you can see the top of the line Xbox, a PlayStation 5 beneath it, video game controllers strewn about the floor. The place is an absolute wreck. Bags of chips. There's a bong that's tipped over, kind of seeping its bong water into the carpet here. Now, the carpet is very thick. We're like kinky, curly, like enough that you could probably like get a little bit of a pinch of it. And the place kind of reeks. There are quite a few of these like really fairly expensive gamer chairs pointed at the TV. We're talking like Secret Lab type of like $600, $700 gamer chairs. Along the back, there is a big PC gamer setup around the corner that has like this glowing RGB liquid cooled desktop unit there that's like strobing blue, green, pink onto the wall behind it, and that's the light that was fading in through the front door that Mr. Dredge saw. There's also like a little touch lamp, like one of those old ones you could tap on.
Is it shaped like a mushroom? Bonus points.
It is not. It is shaped like a lamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, as you look, there is a small duffel bag, about not like a hockey bag, but like a carry-on sized, like a little carry-on tote, on a coffee table in front of a black leather sofa on the back right corner of the room.
Do you? I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna go over there and all right, open it up.
You are met by a bunch of small bricks that are wrapped in cellophane and plastic packing tape. I'd say about 12 of them.
Cool. So he's gonna be like, I'm gonna go unhook the Xbox and put it in on top of the bricks, and then just zip.
Oh man, you're gonna get a free copy of they've got Lord of the Rings Gollum there. They've got they've got Redfall. They've got and they've got God of War on the PlayStation.
I hate these people so much.
They made bad life choices, and the worst life choices were buying Gollum and Redfall.
Correct.
Are they even playing League of Legends too, or
I don't know.
You with Fortnite?
Yeah, you haven't gone on the computer yet.
You haven't gone on the computer yet.
That's true. That's true.
And do you head over, Kelle?
Care. Yes. Yeah. She's going to the computer. She wants to
So
see,
they,
like
the
what kind of
computer has
activity.
the limited
Do they know what
editions.
they're doing, or does it just look shiny?
It is super. You know what? It's high quality.
Yeah, but
Like,
do they know how to use it? Is what I'm asking.
They built it with expensive parts.
Yeah,
This computer is basically the racer Toyota Civic.
Yeah.
So
What?
looking at that, do you wiggle the mouse?
Honda Civic.
Honda Civic. Pardon me, not Toyota Civic. Honda Civic. You're right.
I was
my
like,
bad.
huh? What universe are we in?
Yeah, it's a kit bash. They just smash them together. To save money. All right.
Yeah.
Because these are punks, but they're frugal. Yes. So, Ms. Boyd, do you have any points of expression?
Does she?
It's under your social skills.
Yeah, she's got for online posting. She's got two points of expression.
So you're going to recognize that there is a Fender Stratocaster leaning up against the side of the computer, like the computer desk.
Not in a stand, just leaning.
Just leaning there.
Oh, that's rude.
Please frets away. Please frets away from the table.
Yeah, frets away from the table. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. At least that much.
So as you're looking at it, the desk is covered with all sorts of stuff. You can see there's like a little ashtray made out of like a Mountain Dew can that's been cut.
Of course, it's Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Code Red, baby. No, it's Major Melon. It's Major Melon.
God.
The worst one.
Solid choice.
Solid choice. Yeah, of course, Christa would say that. All right. Do you wiggle the mouse? Okay. The screen will pop up. The Windows 10 will go, and you are going to see hit enter to begin.
Okay.
Click. The desktop pulls up.
Wow. Not even a password. Not even a pin.
And as you hit enter, you are going to hear the room is suddenly going to be filled. Miss Maccabee, as you lean down, you are going to reach for the laundry and suddenly hear the echoing of loud slapping noise and very obvious fake sounds of enjoyment, we'll say,
Yeah.
blaring over the computer speakers.
Ugh. Yeah, Boyd's just gonna be like, gross. Click. Nobody needs that.
I just want to point out you touched the mouse.
Yeah, well. I didn't know what was coming up.
An arm is going to reach into the room with a bottle of sanitizer.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm gonna roll to see if that's actually lotion. Demonetized. All right.
Demon.
Well, it is demon.
Demonetized. I'm gonna make a T-shirt. Hold on. Mike, put that in your notes. We gotta make a T-shirt.
Demonetized.
I've never seen one.
That's almost a Chronicle name right there.
Honestly, yeah.
Honestly, that's the next next one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
Demon the
choice.
Descent demonetized.
Demonetized.
It's like those Pride Month shirts where it says demon in the middle of it.
Demon in the middle.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
I love those. It's just like, yeah.
I kind of want to make a chronicle about that, but okay. Demon the Descent, Pride Month.
Yeah. I mean, what better?
It's going down.
It's the
I mean,
fall.
really?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
so good, guys. It's so funny.
It's so.
I love that
happen.
that's supposed to be a slam, and every queer friend I know wants that shirt.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, Inner Demon is coming out.
Yeah.
Everybody
It's
else came
there.
out, so that might as well too.
Also, Pride Month, but it's just Moth, and it's just Mothman.
Yeah, moth.
I love that.
Yeah. All right. So that's what's going to happen as you do that. You're going to have the complete computer at your disposal. As the sanitizer goes down, Miss Maccabee, you head back over to the laundry, and do you open the dryer or the washer?
Yeah, probably just start with the washing machine, looking at how these guys live. It's probably sitting there.
It's sitting there. The lid is down, but you can see a little bit of clothing sticking out the lid.
I will.
As soon as you lift it, the smell of dried blood is going to hit you. Not mildew, though. These clothes have not been sitting for more than a day.
Oh. I'll see how many articles of clothing.
So right now, it's a jacket, like a woman-sized jacket, and a t-shirt.
Okay.
V-neck, woman small.
Okay.
And it
I'm
is
gonna-
highly perforated.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna pull these out, and take them over to Mr. Dredge. And do these look familiar? Just if he saw them in his vision.
The jacket looks like something you saw. It looks the same color as something you saw on the floor of the van. There was somebody
Yeah.
laying on the floor of the van.
Yeah, there was some sort of crumpled person on the ground, I thought. Couldn't get a clear look at him, but yeah, I could see that being that. Like,
And you
that
saw
jacket.
Kendra based on the photo that Cinder showed you.
I believe so,
think,
yes, right?
I think so. I'm just
I
double
believe
checking.
you saw her in the car.
Yeah.
I believe she was in the passenger seat.
Okay.
Hold on.
So I'm gonna go ahead and guess this is our Haley. I'm also gonna guess that she's not needing these anymore. I'm gonna go check some pockets. I'm gonna dig around and see if I can find anything else that would
I'm gonna
affirm
go-
my theory.
I'm gonna go check some bedrooms.
Okay. All right. So there are two bedrooms in the back hallway. The first one is wide open, and you'll see that it's basically a chaotic 20-something's bedroom. Sheets all over the place, like tissues lying everywhere, piles of clothes on the floor that like it's just what?
Oh, just Kel's face when you said piles of tissues.
It's allergy season in Demon.
It's allergy season right now.
It's true. It's true. So you'll see it's pretty typical 20-something's room.
Okay.
So it is a big queen-size bed in this room with the frame of what looked like probably used to be like a waterbed. You know how they have those like
Yeah.
big, thick wooden shelvings behind their heads for things?
Oh.
Yeah.
You'll see that there's a pair of
1985
glasses up on top
called.
of it, and a retainer as well is kind of sitting there in its little container. But nobody's in that room. The next room down the hall, though, the door is shut.
Just in case, I'm gonna pull out the pistol,
Okay.
and I will just quietly open the door.
You open the door, and immediately the smell of death fills your nostrils. Downstairs, Mr. Cinder. What are you doing?
Collecting up what little bits and pieces I can find that I can show to the others that kind of connect some of the dots, and then take a closer look at this safe and see if anyone happened to be dumb enough to leave like a key or a passcode or something just sitting on it like a complete amateur.
Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to give me a give me an int and investigation roll to hunt around to see if somebody left something like that. And if you get an exceptional success, they were dumb enough to leave a post-it. So you can spend a willpower on this for 3 more dice if you want.
I'm assuming trained observer isn't part of it.
I'll allow trained observer for this, just because.
Well, just because it would be super convenient to have this thing open, I'll spend a willpower. That gives me, what, three more dice?
It gives you 3 more dice. Yep.
Wowzers. So I'm rolling 10 dice here and getting 8 again.
Okay. So there's a good chance that you're going to get at least a few.
Unless you roll like me. I swear, you gotta put me and Amy in a game and we'll just fail everything.
That's true.
I got 5.
Did you actually get 5?
Yeah. That
Okay.
8 again, like, saved my bacon.
Okay, so just like in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, you're gonna search around everywhere, and over on.
I'll probably put a hand under the desk and feel a Post-it note under there.
So what's gonna happen is you'll see that there's a bunch of little cubbies in the side of, like, just on the left when you enter. There's like employee cubbies for them to drop their shit off at the beginning of the day. And on the wall next to it, you'll see that there is a picture of a pretty Asian girl with the name Haley on it that says Employee of the Month, dated 6 months ago. As you look up at it with trained observer, you will see that there's a little bit of pink sticking out from underneath the picture. And on the inside, as you kind of flip it over, there's a little post-it that says, Haley, this is the last time I'm going to remind you. The code is 1776.
Oh, Haley, you lovely airheaded amateur, you. And then peel the Post-it note off in the back and go and punch a certain number into the
Beep, beep, boop.
into the safe.
Chunk. What is going to pop out as you look inside?
Please say it's just a golden glow for a moment.
There's a golden glow that comes out of this, as well as a plume of mist, which is actually just aerosol drugs coming your way. Which, if this was a cop show, there could be fentanyl, which means you would die instantly if this was a cop show.
But that killed
So
demons? Does fentanyl kill demons?
yeah, it actually could. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I guess
It's
it
only
would,
it's
yeah.
only a cover.
it's only a
That's
cover.
True.
Well, no, your
Yeah.
body, you share the body between the covers. You get
Yeah,
shot in one, all your covers get shot. You get high in one, all your covers get high. It's fun that way. So this little plume is going to come out, and as you look inside with the golden glow, you are going to see about 12, 15 bundles of 20s.
Yeah, somebody doesn't believe in banks, I see.
And on top of it, you will see that there is quite a few of these, looks like 3 bricks of this powdery substance. So there are 3 bricks of this drug. These packages.
Oh, look at these. Paperweights. That's a lot of paper to be weighing down. Look around as if, somebody is watching. I wonder if you guys counted this. You probably kept a count. You probably also hid the passcode to get into this. Oh well, and he'll reach out and start peeling money off of it and jamming it in his pocket.
So a bundle of 20s is, let's see, 20s are 50 deep. So each one of those is $1,000. So you're looking at about $14,000 worth of cash
I'll
there.
buy a lot of cat food.
Well, Linus, you're going to be eating good tonight.
Okay,
And-
so that is
and
what
what's
you're
it-
gonna.
And then he'll start doing the finger walk on the bricks of drugs. And what, pray tell, should we do with you? 3 little naughty piggies. Should we keep you in here, or should we liberate you to the world? Well, no, I'm a good person. I shouldn't allow stuff like that to happen. Screw that. And then just grab all 3 bricks, and then kick the safe. Not quite closed, but just closed, like mostly closed.
Okay.
And then, with an armful of drugs and pockets full of money that are probably slowly raining out, he'll start heading back out to see if there's some way to get upstairs.
Okay. There is no way out from inside of here without going through the motion detectors or breaking a window.
So there's
Unless you
another
decide
window,
just to teleport
another
through the
window
floor.
elsewhere. Yeah,
There are
but
windows.
I can't carry all this stuff with me.
Can't you?
No, I can only pretty much what I normally carry. Anything additional just stays where it is.
I thought you just couldn't take people.
Yeah, I thought you
No,
just couldn't take people.
I can't take people either. I just
I think
can't
you can take.
No, just me and what I normally carry.
Interesting. Interesting. So, yeah, what are you thinking of doing?
Well, I guess we're going out the front door.
Okay. I love it. All right. So, let's see. Oh no, you can teleport yourself and any small items you're carrying with you.
3 bricks of drugs and $14,000.
$14,000 in cash can go
money's
inside
small.
of your jacket. Money's small. Like that's literally like
I'm skinny.
I used to work in a cash room. You can definitely put the cash in your pants and make it. But
there's no
small
room in
items, yeah.
there.
Basically, it's like carrying 2 footballs. That's enough. So you could teleport, or you just walk out the front door.
No, I'm just walking out the front door.
Okay, so chink. Do.
Everyone else has had enough time to look around.
What the hell? Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna hear beep as you click. You upstairs are not going to hear this because that's not going to go through the floor. But the alarm is going to go beep as the countdown for the 30-second, 45-second alarm sequence begins. And you're gonna just walk back out into the rain.
No, Grover in his middle-aged self with armful of drugs and money is probably walking at a brisk pace and headed towards the car and then getting into the car as quickly as possible, throwing the armloads of stuff into the back seat, and then proceed to start honking the horn.
Okay. So, meanwhile, back upstairs, Mr. Dredge, you open the door, and the scent of death hits you hard. The sound of rain is strong in this room. The window's open, and you can see that the curtain opposite the door is blowing in steadily. The rain is coming in almost at a sideways angle, soaking the sill and the carpet beneath it. The bed is just on the other side of it, and you can see that there is a small shape in it, curled
I
up
think
underneath blankets.
Oh, sorry.
Please. go
I
ahead.
think it's very good that as a demon, I do not retch. I do not look disgusted. I am, but outwardly I don't have to express that because I'm not human. I'm just gonna hey, I have a body here.
Yes, we all do, Mr. Dredge. Some of us have a
No.
couple.
No, I'm talking the corpsicle kind.
Oh. Go check
It's rather ripe. I'll step back and let the investigative types do. Step in there.
Yeah, I'll head over. Miss
All right,
Lloyd.
so inside of the room there is, there's a queen-size bed against the left wall there, and lying on it, dead, having bled deep into the mattress, is a small Asian girl in her early 20s. Her hair is tightly pulled up into a set of braids, and she almost looks serene. Her flesh is almost the color of the white walls at this point. So much blood is seeped out of a wound in her upper abdomen, right at the lower rib cage. You'll recognize Haley.
Okay. Can I investigate a bit? I don't have medicine, but I do have occult. I kind of just want to see if I feel like any of this is something supernatural, or if she just got stabbed.
Yes, please do.
Okay. Intelligence?
Yeah, give me intelligence and occult.
Okay. And may I use trained observer?
You may use trained observer, yes.
Cool.
Do you turn on the light in the room?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Okay,
I would reach
cool.
over to flick it on, yeah.
Flick. All right, so Mr. Dredge?
Well, she's gonna go do that. I am just gonna like quietly like take my shirt and like wipe my fingerprints off of the door handle, and I'm gonna just be
Probably
like,
a good idea.
and I'm just gonna go be like, leave her to it, not say anything. I'm gonna go put my drugs and stuff in the car because
Okay.
I only have one cover. I can't be here.
So
I'm
good.
gonna go.
And these fingerprints are the fingerprints of a private investigator, so
Oh yay for you!
not the worst. I got 3.
Okay. All right. 3, looking at her, you don't think there's anything of immediate occult significance here. You don't think this was like a ritual sacrifice or anything. But taking a quick look with 3, it looks like there's something weird going on here, though. She's lying on the bed. It looks like she caught a couple of bullets in the midsection. You can see that they're bandaged up, but looks like they did try to do something to save her life. At the same point, you can see lying on the floor nearby is a kitchen sponge soaked in blood. And a little, like, painter's pan with a bloody residue on it. And can you please, you will immediately have the recollection of that mission you went on with Mr. Hour. When he pulled out the gun that he had on him and filled it with a pint of O negative. The one that blew holes through walls.
Now, was that the one that we found, or was that the one that
They
was in a
looted.
vision?
It was, they looted Mr. Hour. And during your flashback where it was, how do you all know Mr. Hour? You on a mission where he blew through concrete with a lava-spewing plasma rifle that appeared to be powered by human blood.
This is probably very bad. Yes, we need to find these children quite soon.
You turn around and Mr. Dredge is gone.
Ah! Incompetence all around me. We'll walk out. Did Miss Void come?
No, Miss
Or no,
Void is
she's
on the
still here.
computer.
Okay.
So, in fact, let's find out what Miss Void has found here.
Yes.
Miss Void, the computer is open. You can check the entire search history. I want you to do me a favor. Give me give me an intelligence and investigation roll with a bonus of, or computers, your call, but at a bonus of 4.
Okay.
Because they literally didn't password protect anything.
That is all my dice.
Hell yeah.
All your dice.
All the dice. All 10.
10.
And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, there's a 10. Nope, just 4.
Just
4
4?
out of 10. Yeah, 4 out of 10. I'll take it.
All right. So
Yeah.
flipping around, you're going to check their search history, and you are going to see that there is a ton of search history around one Mr. Marshall Lum. Brother of Brendan Lum, the industrialist with theoretical ties to the Triads.
Marshall is the one we think that Dredge saw in his vision, right?
Yes, Marshall's the thug. Brendan is the financier. You are going to see the article posted that said that Brendan Lum has gotten approval for an expansion of a new casino in False Creek across False Creek from Science World, along First Avenue. That will lead to a large amount of disenfranchisement. It will lead to the destruction of Soul Food Farms, which is a gardening organization that basically takes unused parking garages and parkades and turns them into community gardens. It will also lead to the destruction of Hummingbird Place Housing, which is a housing project.
Okay. Just committing all that
and-
to eidetic memory, of course.
Totally. You
And
can also
sending, receipts to herself on her
totally.
Encrypted email.
With 4 successes, you also can see that. Hold on, I'm just going to see how bad he is at this. Oh my god, he's so bad at this. I actually rolled
So
a 10
bad.
on the how bad is he at this. You can see that
He's -4.
that Vincent Lee, Vincent Lim, pardon me, is the one that was using this computer, and recently did a search on Where's My Phone on Apple.
Let's find out.
Doing a quick search on Where's My Phone.
Find my phone.
Find My Phone. It will pull up the location of his iPhone, which is presently at First Avenue.
Excellent. I want to spoof that link and send it to my phone.
You'll hear a car honking outside as Miss Maccabee leans in.
What is he
Miss
on?
Void, you don't happen to have any idea where these idiots are, do you?
Yes, I've got a link to one of them right now.
Perfect. They are incredibly dangerous right now, so we should get moving. And I'm
They're
going to
also
assess that
incredibly stupid.
the worst, dangerous and
Mm.
stupid as a combination.
True. Okay.
Let's go, shall we?
Before she goes, she's gonna hit a keystroke to try and upload as much of his hard drive as possible to her encrypted cloud service.
Okay.
They're not coming back anytime soon. She could get everything. Who knows?
That sounds good. You'll just do a little
They're
remote install
ding-dongs.
program.
Yep.
Okay. It'll take an extra minute, and
Yeah.
as you're doing that, you'll hear the sound of the alarm going off downstairs. Ring, 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 ring,
Why?
ring.
Can no one be quiet?
I don't know. Okay, let's go. Whatever. Go.
Okay. So you'll have that program install and start uploading to your cloud server. And with that, do you guys head out?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Heading down. Do you head back into the same cars?
Yes.
Okay.
Miss Maccabee looks between the two of them and considers, but then Miss Void gets into Grover's and she's like, oh,
Yeah.
Christ. Hops in with Mr. Dredge.
Perfect. All right. And with that, Where you head?
One last thing. Can I have taken the barbecue on the way down? Just be
We're making
if we're
lunch
ransacking
too.
this place, we may have to.
You know, we might want to do a fundraiser in an alley or something.
it damn near disintegrates as you bring it down the hill.
I haven't cleaned this shit in 10 years.
Shit. You know what? I'll still toss the frame in. It's got my fingerprints on it. I'll toss the frame in. Get back in my truck and we'll drive off.
Just Maccabee will see this and just, what is wrong with you? And gets in the car.
You're still riding with me.
Against my better judgment.
Hey, I think the bigger question is, what's wrong with you?
Plenty of things, but I keep my shit under control.
I'll just smirk at her and then drive off.
All right, both of you punch it. Where are you headed?
Wherever Ms. Void found these idiots. And I hadn't... Sorry, go ahead, Kelle.
I was going to say Void will share the link to the others just in case, in case we get separated.
Okay.
And I will share to everybody via either in person or via text. She had not said anything about the gun because she was secretly hoping to be able to obtain it without anybody else knowing. However, she's going to say that with the seeing the blood and seeing these things, it triggered a memory of Mr. Hour and this gun, and explain what it is, and just to say that it is incredibly dangerous, because if these guys don't know what's going on, I could be in danger of getting in front of this thing, so we'll just share the knowledge now.
Huh.
So yes.
All right, well, it really doesn't change too much. Where are we going? We got to find this thing and recover it.
Yeah. Here.
Okay. So that will take you down to West 1st Avenue along False Creek. It takes you about 20 minutes to get back up there, driving at a steady pace up. It's up kind of at the top of like the Mount Pleasant area. And as you make your way back up there, driving pretty quick, you'll pull up outside there. And there's this large building, about 3 or 4 floors, off to one side, Hummingbird Place housing. It's a place for, well, the polite call them the unfortunates, but you know, it's people who need housing, these little suites. Right next to it is a large warehouse with a sign on it that says First Avenue Plant. And as you pull up, you can see flashes of light and will hear the sounds of gunfire from the inside.
That's be good.
What do you do?
I'll hop out of the car and wait for everyone to do the same. And if everyone does, we'll say, do we go in guns blazing, as the cowboys say? Or are we going to try and stay subtle?
I'd rather not walk into some place that has shooting going on. Can we find out what the heck's happening first?
Wait until they shoot them all themselves and go in after.
And as you say that, you will hear and a 5-foot circular section of the top corner of the building is going to go and just evaporate into molten steel.
That
As, know who's there.
And as that occurs, there's going to be and a limb is going to hit the ground about 20 feet from you. This man's leg is going to hit the ground. The shoe is going to fly directly opposite and hit the ground. This very expensive loafer with kind of like this snake skin is going to flop across the ground. And you're going to watch as this disembodied leg starts to melt down like a candle. The smell is atrocious.
Well, fuck?
Sorry, I couldn't help
was-
it.
It's a tragedy.
Take a beat for that, Mike.
Okay.
Middle-aged man wearing bow tie says, adjusting his glasses.
Shall we perhaps do guns blazing? And some little sparks kind of come up around her hands.
No,
We're gonna need a bigger gun.
they could shoot themselves
Oh, I have bigger
first.
guns.
No, it's not going in there.
Yeah, you know what? You go for it. I believe in you.
Instead, Void is going to check the scanner app and see if the police are coming first, because this is not going to go unreported.
I'd safely say they're on their way.
I'm pretty sure, yes, because I don't care where in downtown, people will call for
All right.
this.
I don't want to do this. You know what? We can't let him have or her or whoever has the damn gun have a shootout with the cops right now. Let's go.
Quick rules check.
Yep.
So if you activate demonic form and then you use a propulsion, is that you do your demonic form and then you use a propulsion?
Yeah, you have access to those.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you go full demonic form,
Yeah.
then you gain access to all of your traits. Your propulsion goes active. You can use it just like normal. It is very tempting to do that.
It's very tempting to do that. 'Cause this
There's
is-
also
this
something
is
called
what she's
going
here
loud,
for.
where you burn one of your covers, and more or less the quick of it is you become almost an angel again for a minute.
Okay.
But it
I don't
kills
think
a
we're at that
cover.
point quite yet. Yeah. We're not
It's
there quite
it's
yet.
when you need to punch an angel in the face and survive.
Exactly.
And when you change into your demonic form, you automatically generate a number of ether points equal to your premium.
That's true.
Yes.
Damn it.
Okay.
Oh, premium one.
Freedom 2. Okay.
Automatic fire rings out again.
If everyone is planning, then Maccabee won't do anything quite yet, but she does seem to grow just a little bit and is going to start walking in, like, very excitedly.
All right, as you start heading that way. Approaching the building as you will, I'd like everybody here to make me an initiative roll, please. That is 1d10 plus your wits and composure scores. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do group initiative for the other guys. Okay, so boom. Ooh, there we go.
Sorry, it's plus wits and composure?
Yeah, plus your wits and composure score. Or pardon me, plus your... Pardon me, that is incorrect. Each of you should have a an initiative modifier down at the bottom of your sheet.
I do!
It is your dexterity and composure.
That's
Sorry,
what
I'm used to
lower
saying
that.
wits and composure.
Yeah.
So, okay, and that is a 9, and then for Mr. Lum, that is going to be 10.
And 10s explode.
10s will explode on this, yes.
Nope, just an 8.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
A total of 2?
No, 6 altogether.
Oh, wow, okay.
Jesus! Oh,
I wonder
22!
who's going first.
Fuck
All
off,
right.
Mike. The veterinarian.
As Grover wipes a bunch of powder off from under his nose.
And just as time. Well, it's time to fuck these guys up. Grab some syringes of ketamine and he's armed. And he's like, yeah.
All right, so...
He's got his ups
right.
and his downs. You know.
Yep.
Just horse tranquilizers.
I see colors and the future.
I see the colors of the future.
Okay, Thug 1. I'm gonna roll just to make life easier for you. Okay, cool.
Ooh,
I rolled a 1 and a 2, so you guys actually get an act. Okay. Then it's going to be... Okay, so I've got Void. Then I've got Dredge. Then I've got Maccabee. Okay. So, as you approach the door, you are going to see that the front door has been smashed in. It's still kind of a little bit glowing, melting around the sides. The sound of machine gun fire can be heard inside. And as you rush up, you are going to be able to be the first one that gets inside there, Mr. Cinder. What do you do?
I'm going to change into my demonic form.
Okay.
So,
Let's
Mr.
find out
Cinder
how
in
this
his
works.
natural form is kind of a very tall, bent over shape with a glowing green spotlight where his face should be, and long kind of tendrils of black, almost like fiber optic, but they're like pure blackness, like no light reflects off of them. But at the end of each one of those fiber optics is like a bright burning red ember that just kind of snakes around like a shapeless black void surrounded by like fireflies or sparks or something.
Ooh, I like it.
As it moves through the entrance of this place.
Okay, so you are going to give me a compromise roll for
Okay.
this. Now, it is a new scene, so the previous use of Occam's Razor will not apply.
Okay.
So you're going to do this. You're going to give me a manipulation and wits roll at a -2. I believe that is all that applies for this. You will also, assuming demonic form, -3, but you have a +1. Okay. Sounds good.
I
So you have a
have a
minus
4.
4 successes or just a 4?
4 successes.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I
all right.
got 2 10s in that roll.
Okay, so on a compromise, let me just check one thing real quick. So while assuming this form, walking up the door, you will have a full transformation. You will immediately gain Aether equal to your primum, because you're
That's
so
2 for me.
attuned. Okay. You're obviously not human. Any onlooker would be terrified. Demons try not to change in front of an audience more often than not, are only changing when they're dealing with something equally terrifying. Regardless of the presence of onlookers, manifesting powers reminiscent of the god machine draws his attention and could compromise the demon's cover. Each time the demon assumes a demonic form, you must make a compromise roll. Yep. Any conditions gained from result of this roll are applied after the demon reverts back to their human form. The longer you stay in it, the worse it is. And you get additional compromises. And returning to normal is not natural and requires concentration. You must rebuild your cover by shaping them back around you. You remain until you spend 1 Aether to return your cover identity as an instant action. Okay. So now that you have succeeded, would you like to gain another condition? Either guilty, or you already have spooked, or you took shaken.
Shaken.
Do you want to take guilty, spooked, or get a glitch?
Let's take guilty because I feel bad about having to change forms.
That sounds good. You'll assume guilty when you turn back to normal,
Okay.
but you are not guilty presently. All right, shape-shifting up into that form. Do you walk around and assume the situation? Because I believe that takes your action to shapeshift, right? Or is it a
Yes.
reflexive? Is it a reflexive action? It's the first sentence.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so you change into your form as a reflexive action, and as you step in, you're going to see this long warehouse lined in front of you with a scene of chaos there. Directly in front of you, you are going to see that there are tons of bits of industrial equipment, forklifts and things like that, old ones parked around the way, some with deflated tires. There are old crates, a couple of storage containers inside of the building as well, and a scene of chaos. An upstairs catwalk runs around this room, and you can see that there are a number of hooks and cranes hanging from the ceiling. In the middle of this, you will see that up in front of you, it's about a 200-foot long by about a 70-80 foot wide building, and about halfway down the way you are going to see that punk kid Jeffrey Summers is holding this HR Geiger, it's Geiger, I think, basically this Geiger inspired rifle in his hand that is pulsing with energy, while nearby you can see Kendra and the one who was driving the car, Vincent Lim, engaged in a bit of combat. Each of them has a short handgun in their hand and are taking pot shots over their shoulder. Up along the top of the catwalk that runs across, you can see a rather thickly built Chinese man with a number of gold chains around his neck, a deep designer tank top underneath an Armani suit, who is waving a submachine gun in their direction, and crouching behind some of these steel girders that are holding up the roof. You will see not one, not two, but 6 triad thugs. And the remains of one other one that's missing a leg and is slowly melting as he screams, this lava-like consistency slowly burning its way up from his crotch upward. And it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm just trying to imagine a melting lava situation. Having trouble with that, but
not as much trouble as he's having.
Yeah. Well, there's pretty much only one thing that I can do in a situation like that, and that's use my exploit, Swarm.
Okay. Ooh.
So I am going to summon a swarm of very angry black hornets.
Okay.
That I need to roll 7 dice for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
One, 2, 3, 4.
Has the Uzi. Thank you, James. James
God
just
damn
put in
it,
our private
James.
chat that the lava gun should be called the Uzi, spelled
Uzi.
O-O-Z-I-E.
So I got 5 successes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So
what you're gonna do? I also need you to make me a cover roll. So roll me manipulation and wits at a -2 again.
-2.
Yep, because this is all exploits break cover, even when you're in demonic form. But that's not going to go well. It's going to go great for you.
2 successes. I have so
successes?
much manipulation. It's funny.
Okay, so there's another glitch.
And
Okay, and that's going to be swarm. So with an exceptional success, you are going to create a swarm around you, and animals called up by the swarm are especially vicious. You can cause them to do lethal damage. So the way that it works is you can create a swarm of tiny animals. So you chose insects.
Yep.
You can cause the swarm to attack a single target, in which case the target suffers bashing every turn equal to your primum rating, or spread the swarm out over the area, creating the swarm tilt, which is an environmental tilt. The long and short of it is that it would do a -2 on all rolls for anybody inside the radius.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, let's pick the guy with the gun who's probably the most dangerous and get the swarm to go after him and start chipping away at his health.
So you are going to summon the swarm, and where Jeffrey Summers is kind of like crouching behind, getting ready to do a pot shot. Suddenly, he's going to scream as these bugs begin stinging at his face. He is going to swat at them and try to get them off him, but to no avail. They're going to start pinching him and biting at him. With that, next to him, a girl that you recognize as Kendra is going to see you. Oh, Jesus Christ. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. She smacks a little thing in her hand. And one moment. Holy shit. Holy shit. And one of the men on the floor is raising a submachine gun to start mowing down where she and her friends are perched. Suddenly, there is going to be a gunshot, and his brains are going to erupt out of the front of his head. And she is going to step back from behind the girder that he was hiding from, somehow having crossed 30 feet of space in an instant, and go, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. And you'll see a glowing thing in the center of her hand. And then she ducks behind the girder, trying to put you between, or on the other side of the girder, trying to put you on the other side of the girder from her. Jeffrey is going to scream as these bugs are scratching his face, and is going to turn and look at you, and is going to aim the rifle and go, "What the fuck are you?" And is going to take a shot at you, Mike. Mike, do you have any defense against firearms in your demonic form?
Is this thing considered a flame weapon?
It is.
Oh, good, because I'm immune to fire.
Okay, let me just make sure, because technically this is the Hellfire exploit that it does. So let me just make sure that it counts as normal fire. Forces Aether converting to magically charged flame. Thin Whips of Brimstone. So you're immune to normal fire, right?
Yeah, prevent damage from an explosion or while moving through a burning building.
Okay, so that's ambient fire. So that's not immunity.
Does not take damage from fire and does not suffer from heat-related environmental tilts.
Okay.
Is completely immune to the effects of high temperature and fire.
Okay. I mean, technically, yeah. All right. He's still going to shoot you. He doesn't know this.
Is hellfire different than regular fire?
So it's etherically charged, right? So it's if this were Mage the Ascension, I would say it's a prime fire, right?
Okay.
But here, it does not. It says it's etherically charged flame, and it does lean on the flame. So I'm gonna say that Mr. Cinder is probably
It does say I'm completely
particularly
immune
well
to the
equipped
effects
for
of
this.
high temperature and fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It does
doesn't
aggravated
say-
damage.
It does say aggravated damage, but it doesn't say that it's not flame. So I'm going to give it to him. And if say I'm wrong in the comments, I don't care.
Cool.
He's still going to shoot at you.
Yeah.
He's going to spend a willpower to shoot at you. So he is going to not deal 4 points of aggravated damage to you. As he
Will definitely not take that.
and the flame is going to hit you, and like molten lava is going to drip off of you.
It probably like empowers all of the embers at the end of each of my long pure black strands, and they just start glowing brighter, as if I'm
It's
like
true.
surrounded by fire, and then it just absorbs back in.
That is absolutely the case. Next to him, Vincent is going to look at you and go, "Holy shit!" and is going to raise his gun and is not going to spend a willpower on this, but he is going to fire a shot off at you. And a bullet, however, is going to hit you, and you are going to take 3 points of lethal damage, unless you have
Okey-dokey.
armor.
No, we don't.
But that is a hell of a sight. This like surge of lava hitting you, just splashing off you like you're in a kiddie pool. And then this little bullet goes and a bunch of wires and goo come out your back. Up on the catwalk, Marshal Lum is going to raise his submachine gun and is going to aim down, not paying attention to you, because he's focused on killing these motherfuckers, is going to aim down and try to do suppressing fire on them. They are in cover, so they're going to have a -3 to his roll. He is going to empty his clip, which I'm going to say is going to give him a +3 dice bonus to equal it out. He's going to spend a willpower point. Holy crap. Okay, so that is going to be 1, 2, 3. There's going to be a ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da as he strafes the gun back and forth, and you are going to see Jeffrey is going to get perforated in the shoulder and side, and is going to take 4 points of lethal damage, bringing him up to a total of 6 with your swarm, and is going to drop to one knee, like very close to death. Next to him, there is going to be a perforation as well as Vincent takes 3 points of damage as the gun shots are going to slice up his left arm and into his shoulder, punching through the crates and cover that they were hiding behind. Now there's going to be thug number 1 is going to try to take a shot at them. Thug number 3 just got their brains blown out by Kendra. So thug number 1 is going to roll 3 dice. A bullet's going to ping off of one of the forklifts next to where I lost a dice. It's going forever. Off of where Jeffrey has taken cover. And then a second thug is going to fire a pot shot off at Vincent and is actually going to manage to wing him for 2 more points of lethal damage, hitting him in the other shoulder. All right, and Miss Void, it is your turn now.
Boy, okay. Well, she's gone demonic because, you know, everybody's going to do that.
Everybody's doing it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Make me a compromise roll at a -2, please.
And sorry, compromise roll is what again?
It is wits and manipulation.
Oh, yes. Okay, so 3 at -2. Okay, that's still 4 dice. Might be okay. Oh, yeah. There's a 2. Just 2. Just 2 successes.
2 successes. All right. You can choose to gain a condition when you come out of demonic form, or you can choose to gain a glitch.
Condition or glitch? Condition or glitch? She's all about computers. Let's go with a glitch.
Okay, so you're going to have 1 glitch when you exit this form. All right, so what does your demonic form look like? Describe it.
She loses the whole, mousy, hiding, librarian kind of girl, and she becomes this amazingly gorgeous, beautiful being, but she is definitely not human. Her skin is translucent, but you can see like electrodes and electrical circuits just under the skin. She looks like she's possibly some kind of android, but and you can see the synapses just glittering all over through her skin. And she is electricity. She snaps and crackles, and it's like, and she smells like ozone and lightning. So it's quite intimidating.
So when you have all of your demonic forms manifest, what do? You walk inside the front door, you see Mr. Cinder get shot twice.
Yes.
Once with lava, once with bullets. And basically the kids are on the left side, except for Kendra, on the right side, except for Kendra, who has teleported somehow over to the left. And there are 5 thugs and 1 Miss Marshall Lum, who is up on a catwalk.
Boy. Okay. Can I do my EMP field? Would that work?
I don't think there's anything that relies on electricity here except for the lights inside of here.
Yeah.
That could fry the electrical system inside of the warehouse.
Yeah, let's fry the electricity and at least make it dark, because Cinder can see in the dark. So let's make it dark.
Yep, and you guys all have worked enough together to know each other's strengths. So how does the EMP field work?
That's a good question. I had it before. Hang on. I can't even type today.
Right, so demonic forms, EMP field.
I'm looking.
God, I love how customizable all this is, though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a fun system.
Essence bleed, glory and terror, electrical sense.
Of course, nothing wants to open.
197. Here we go.
So EMP field, you can activate an electromagnetic pulse. You spend 1 Aether and roll Intelligence plus Primum. All
Yeah.
electronic devices within a 5-foot radius per success are broken
Okay. Yep. Broken, defunct, useless.
and are
Oversight.
destroyed.
Yeah, she's just basically just a So it's just.
So be careful when you trigger that, because you're standing right beside
Yes.
us when you trigger it. You're going to cook
Yes.
all of our cell phones and stuff.
Okay, well, then she would want to be clear of
That's
you. So, do I have enough time to move ahead of them?
What propulsion do you have?
Oh. Where? Okay, I don't even know.
You should. So long limbs, spatial distortion, teleportation, tether, wings, plasma drive, or phasing.
Wings. She's got wings.
Okay, so
Thank you.
were capable of flight and had a species factor of 10 while flying. So you can literally just fly into the middle of the room and drop an EMP.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That sounds
totally
great.
what I
Then
wanted.
do
Yep.
me a favor.
Let's
God,
do
demons are
that.
so OP. I love it. Miss Maccabee, please tell me you have Glorious Gunman.
Oh, Void's stealing all my moves.
Oh. Come join me. We'll tag team.
All right, so do me
There
a
we go. I
favor.
could live with that.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me int plus primum. Tell me how many successes do you get.
Oh boy. Into Primum. Okay, that is 25. That is 1, 2, just 2.
Just 2?
Two
Okay, so from the center of
successes,
the room,
just
that is going to be, it's a 5-foot radius. That's going to be a 10-foot radius around you. I'm going to say that's going to be enough to fry about half the lights in here, making it more difficult for them to shoot each other. And also, you're going to hear Marshall Lum screaming into his cell phone. Send dudes! I need more dudes! I'm in a fight!
Some dude.
What? All right.
Please tell me his phone shorted out too.
Oh, yeah, it's dead now. He's just screaming at it. All right. So,
that's
Ms.
a
Boyd,
break.
you are floating in the air. Mr. Dredge.
Well, I think it's time to join in with everybody else and go full bore. So
Okay.
I am going to transform as well.
Okay, give me that compromise roll at a -2.
Cool. So that is a 4 dice roll for me.
Fail.
It's a 2.
You got 2 successes?
Yeah, 8, 9, 7, 7.
Okay, condition or glitch?
Whichever one you think is better.
I'll give you a condition.
Sure.
So you're going to get spooked at the end of this.
Okay. Sounds good. But in the meantime, I am going to transform. So Dredge's transformation is you're actually going to see like his arms and legs and head basically dissolve into this oily silver fluidic metal mass, while the kind of chest part of him is you're going to see what looks almost like to be like some sort of like kind of circuit covered rune encrusted urn kind of thing there, with all these like almost organic looking holes in it where more of this stuff is bubbling out, like burbling out of. It's just a constant stream of this metal. You're gonna see the arm globs actually split into 2, so there's actually like 4 arms extending out from him now, and then there's gonna be just a hiss as like little wires are gonna like shoot everywhere and start like attaching onto walls and stuff like that. And yeah, also like kind of armor plates start like forming up over the surface of it, like these kind of extended out from the body a little bit, held out by tendrils.
Nice.
And I am going to try to lift into the air on these tendrils and then drop down on Kendra if I could.
Okay.
And I'm going to just try to kind of superhero punch out of the sky onto her.
Okay, sounds
if
good.
I can reach her.
She has a defense of 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. I will attempt knockout as a thing. So I'm going to make my roll. I'll spend a willpower on this. I don't do any damage if I just have to make contact.
Oh, really? Is this one of your demonic powers?
Yeah, it's one of my embeds. If it succeeds, she just gets knocked out. Just flat out. She's out, and I designate a time for it. Like I'll designate 1 hour. So it won't do any damage though if I succeed. And willpower is an extra what?
Extra 3 dice.
Extra 3 dice. Okay, so come on. There's 2, and then there's other 4 dice on top of that.
Oh God.
So I have 4.
4 successes, and so you just needed 1, right?
Sorry. Does her defense take away from my pool?
It subtracts from your pool.
Okay, then I misunderstood. I rolled twice as many dice. Let me roll. I'll just re-roll because I
Sounds
have
good.
4 dice. And I have 1.
Okay. All right. So lashing out over, she'll try to dodge out of the way, but you're going to catch her. How long are you going to knock her out for?
I will knock her out for 1 hour.
For 1 hour? Okay. Kendra is now unconscious.
But people can come and wake her up. She's just like they have to do a roll to kind of snap her awake.
All right. Sounds good. So that's going to be your turn, Miss Maccabee. What do you do?
She is very excited because she's very excited to wreck some stuff. And she's just going to slowly walk into the following everybody. She's let everyone go first. Christa didn't roll bad. She's let everyone go first.
Obviously.
Obviously. And so into this sort of pool, she's going to walk towards this pool of darkness, and sort of almost tearing out of her skin are armored plates that slowly become this almost looks like ceramic white with gold paint around the highlights and the edges, and begins to grow probably until her head hits the catwalk. She
God.
grows 4 size categories, which I think
So it doesn't quite hit the catwalk, but
Oh my!
is close. She can probably touch it.
oh yeah, easily. Yeah, like a high school boy, you can just reach up and touch it.
Exactly. And as she begins walking towards, who is it that has the special gun?
The special gun is Jeffrey, who is swarmed by insects on the right, and he's like almost dead.
Okay.
And
She will sort of through the helmet sort of pulls out of her face, and is just like, there's no eye slits or anything. It's just one piece. And through this like screen of a helmet, will somehow still make eye contact with Jeffrey, shrug her shoulders a little bit, and these giant angelic, like glowing silver tipped wings will extend out around her, and her with her inhuman beauty hopefully catch his attention. And then with her inhuman strength, they're going to reach down and grab Jeffrey and pull them up out of the swarm if they can. I don't know if the swarm like stays on them.
the swarm, unless Mr. Cinder allows you to pull it out, the swarm will stay on him.
Next turn, I was going to just spread it out as a normal swarm to give everyone -2.
Okay, so yeah,
anyway,
we'll say that you can pull him out for now. Like you kind of pull him up from it, and the swarm will slowly start to come back up.
And this is clearly a play we've done before. They will lift Jeffrey up and in this booming multi-voice voice, will say, "I shall save you from perdition if you give me the weapon that is beyond you." And hold a very large hand out.
Can you please do me a favor and make me a presence or manipulation plus intimidation roll at a +3?
Presence, manipulation, plus intimidation, +3?
Yeah, presence or manipulation, whichever you are better at.
Oh, I am better at manipulation.
Okay. So manipulation, and then does your Inhuman Beauty give you something mechanical?
Yes, it does. But I think it's mostly for the like social play.
This is kind of I think this probably would apply.
Okay. Let me just Inhuman Beauty. The demon gains a +2 bonus on any social rolls that would be influenced by her looks.
Yeah, give me
So
a +2 dice on that. Yeah.
Cool beans.
Yes, you can
And-
choose.
Come on,
a
baby.
Swoon or become a
Okay.
spy.
Oh my
There's his
god, are you fucking serious? 2, 2, 4, 4, 4, 1, 1, 3, 6, 6, and a 10.
You got a 10 though.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
it.
you can
That's it.
re-roll it. It's a 10
I did, and I got a 6.
Oh.
Okay, so one success.
Oh, I suck at this
Hey.
game so bad.
Okay. However, he is in wound penalties right now, so his ability to resist this is basically nil.
Resist you.
So
Yeah, you're gonna roll 10s though.
I'm gonna roll 10s. I have 1 dice to roll. Are you ready? I rolled a 5,
Okay.
not 5 successes. He is gonna, and with a bloody, shaky hand, is going to hand you the Hellfire gun.
Beautiful.
And at that, it is the other thugs' turns. The first one is gonna go, "What the fuck is that?" And is gonna start screaming in Mandarin and unload into Miss Void.
Oh.
So, Miss Void, there's gonna be a darkness penalty of minus. You said you're glowing, so I'm gonna make that a -1 instead of a -2. So he has a firearm score of 8. So that's 7 dice. He doesn't have firearms of 8. He has a pool of 8. And then he's going to... You're a flying angel. He's going to unload the clip. Do you have defense against... Do you have defense against firearms?
No, I don't.
You said
think
you had
so.
armor, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Nope. Okay, then it's the other 2 that had armor? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Just have these.
Wow.
Mm.
You're going to take an unbelievably low amount of damage for the number of dice I
Oh.
rolled.
Okay.
You're going to take 4 points of lethal damage. Which is still a lot, but I rolled 10 dice and I rolled
Yeah.
balls. So he's going to unload an entire clip into you. Just and it's going to go ding, 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 and blood and electricity are going to spew out of your back. Another one is going to round the corner, see Dredge having dropped Kendra, and this one is going to raise his gun and is going to do the same thing to you, Mr. Dredge.
Okay.
Now you have partial cover from being behind the beam, so I'm going to lower that by 1.
Okay.
He's going to unload the clip. Do you have any defense against firearms or armor?
I have armor. I've got 3/2 armor.
All right. So, and in Chronicles of Darkness, armor works as follows. If you have armor, the way that it works is that your rating provides normal protection against firearms attacks. The number before the slash is for general, while the number after the slash is for ballistic. So the way that works is that it is basically additional defense.
Okay.
Right.
And it's probably
Double
it's
check.
like okay.
I believe so.
And what might give you a defense against firearms? Is that only like supernatural speed and stuff like that?
Yeah. Or being in point blank range.
Oh. Oh, but I have turn blade. I might be able to use that. Because I think that's reflexive. Wait, no, I transform, so I probably don't have my reflexive.
Yeah, you only get one reflexive around.
Yeah, so I think I'm out. Okay, armor it is.
Okay, so you have an armor of what?
3/2.
Okay, so 2
and then
bullets.
I've got a. Normally, I would have a defense of 7 right now.
Okay, but you don't have defense against firearms.
Yeah, so I think it's just So I think it's just 3/2.
That's going to be dropping
you
me
have
down to
the
7.
armor plating stuff? Is
Yep,
that what your armor is?
that's why I have armor. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I have the same thing, and then you get, but
Okay.
you get -1 defense while you're wearing it.
Oh yeah. So
Oh, dude.
I would normally, my defense also goes up though because I have multiple arms and I can use them defensively.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like I got some bonuses and some penalties.
Okay, so the way that armor works now in this system means that, so I'm going to roll my full pool.
Okay.
Okay. So that means that first off, so I have 1 success, which means that with the gun, I did 3 levels of lethal damage to you. You have a ballistic rating of 2.
Yep.
Okay, so that means you are now taking 1 lethal 2 bashing, and you have a general armor of 3.
Yep.
Okay, so it's going to go dig, 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 and you're not going to take any damage.
Just a spray of sparks.
Yep. Okay. And then the last one is going to see that as well. Look at you and look at Maccabee with the gun, and is going to roll the dice to see which one they attack. James, you're even. Maccabee, you're odd. Maccabee it is. All right. So that is going to be -2 for darkness. Plus that. I'm going to empty my clip because I'm afraid of you. Do you have any defense against firearms?
No, I just have armor.
Okay, and all right, so here we go. Okay, so this is where the armor is going to be really handy. Let me just put it that way.
I survived. Somebody remind me to get armor.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Gonna need
Okay.
one.
Okay, now we're playing with power. I just got 7 successes.
Oh,
So what's going to happen first? That's going to be 9 levels of damage. What is your armor rating?
3/2.
3/2. Okay. So first off, that is going to reduce to 7 and 2, and then 5 and 2. So what is going to happen is, do you apply the bashing or the lethal first? Interesting. You know what? You're made of metal. I'm gonna break sequence of events on this just to make it more cool. You are gonna take a shit ton of damage as this triad member like points a gun and goes, "Go to hell!" and just you're gonna take 5 points of lethal damage and 2 points of bashing damage.
Does Jeffrey get hit?
Jeffrey does not,
Oh, okay.
unless you could put him in the way.
Human
I don't have
shield.
any like a reflexive action or anything. It would more be like accidental if he's just spraying.
If you have just enough to, you could choose to use him as a human shield right now if you want.
Oh, absolutely, she would. Yeah.
Okay.
They
So
would,
I
yeah.
will say that you used your reflection to shift up, but I'll say that that's just enough to go, "Ugh." I'll allow a little micro one just because of the flavor of it. So instead, what
Sorry,
you're going
that
to
was
do is,
5 lethal.
what's actually, he still had 2 health levels left. So you're gonna pivot him there, and you're gonna hear, so you're gonna take a total of 3 lethal 2 bashing,
3 lethal, 2 bashing.
Sorry, Jack.
and he is going to just erupt in blood.
Well, you know.
But then you're going to hear this noise coming from the gun in your hand. As the gun begins to absorb his spilled blood. And you'll see this
Good
little
God.
meter that's almost unlit start to go boop, boop. All right,
good.
that is thug number 6. And that is the top of the initiative again with Mr. Cinder.
Okay, first thing is the swarm is going to spread out, so I guess everyone in the area is going to start taking -2 on their rolls.
Yep, and that will include any allies that are in the space as well.
Yep.
However, you can direct it just to go over toward where all the thugs are.
That's kind of the hope. So
Yeah, absolutely. They'll start going over to the left side, kind of over by Dredge, but not directly on him.
and because I don't want to take another round of bullets, is there anywhere within my sight that's clear of people shooting at me?
Absolutely. There's a forklift about 10 feet to your right that you can duck behind.
Perfect. I will immediately run over there.
All right, sounds good. Now, moving your swarm is a reflexive action, right? Or is it a standard? Or instant, I should say.
I was actually looking for that. It doesn't actually use either one of those words. It just assumes that, I guess I just sum it up and it's like its own entity. So
I'll say that shifting it is a reflexive then, if you still want to take an action. So can you shift between the two? Let's find out. Swarm. Okay, so tell you what, if you spend another point of Aether, I'll let you just do it reflexively.
yeah, I might as well just do that. So
All right, cool.
Okay.
Might as well. Then you don't have to activate the exploit again. I'll just say that you can pump power and it is big. So that's going to spread around the area. So a swarm is also going to inflict damage on anybody in the area. But I guess that's if it shrinks down. Okay, cool. So across the area, it's just going to suffer the -2 then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty great. Would you like to do any normal actions?
No, I'm just from here. I'm just going to look for anywhere that is a means of escape if I have to by teleporting out.
Sounds good. You can absolutely see out the windows of the upper bays. You can see out the back loading bay door of here, and you can see out the front door. So line of sight, you have 3 immediate exits.
Well,
And that's all
actually,
you need for
if
teleport.
I have line of sight out, then I'm assuming I have line of sight back. So why don't we just go ahead and move over there then with
Okay.
teleport?
So I think teleporting is a point of Aether to do that.
Yep.
All right. So just you're just going to vanish. All right. It is Jeffrey's turn because Kendra is unconscious. Jeffrey is going to. He has his gun in his hand. He looks up at. He just shot Mr. Cinder, and is going to turn and look at you. Put Jeffrey down, man. Put him down. As he points the gun at Miss Maccabee. Put him down.
Once it's her turn, she's gonna throw him at this guy.
Okay.
So
Um,
she will
so
tilt
he-
the head quizzically at him.
Okay, he's gonna fire a shot off at you, and he's gonna. You have an armor of 3, so he's gonna fire a bullet directly at you as you kind of like tilt your head, and this bullet's gonna strike you in the cheek and bank off, leaving just a little scratch mark in your paint.
Rude.
Because he did not get enough successes to actually hurt you. Because he's rolling. Okay, Marshall Lum, seeing this, seeing you, is going to reload his gun, and is going to take off running for the back catwalk stairs. And he's going to reload his gun as his action, and he's going to do something badass because he can do this as a reflexive action. He is going to run to the stairs. You can see there's this like stairwell that doubles back off a landing. Instead, he's going to hit the top the top of the catwalk, and is going to jump up on the railing and slide down the back, doing a sick parkour move thanks to his parkour merit.
Of course he
And is
does.
gonna-
Nice.
Of course he does. He's a triad boss.
Yeah. That makes sense.
All right. Thug number 1, that was over by you, Dredge. Thug number 1 and thug number 2 are both going to reload their guns and take cover. Because
Very
they
well.
did full auto. Ms. Void. You are floating in the middle of the room. You can see that down beneath you, Mr. Dredge has captured Kendra. Jeff is dead. Vincent is about to probably be dead or unconscious. Mr. Lum is running away from this because fuck this. And the thugs looks like they're trying to set up an escape. They basically start doing some flank and cover.
And so many bees.
So many bees everywhere.
Covered in bees. Okay, so who's running? Who's running away? Sorry,
Marshall Lum.
Marshall. I can read minds. I want to read his mind and find out what he plans to do.
Okay, so reading minds, that is one of your demonic forms, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
let's just see what the roll for that is versus his composure.
I roll wits and persuasion and primum versus resolve and primum.
Okay, he doesn't have primum, so it's against
Yep.
his resolve.
Resolve, yeah.
Here we go. Okay, I have 1 success.
Ooh, okay, so I need wits, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Wits, persuasion, which is another 2. Primum is another 2, so that's only 8 out of 10 dice. 1, 2, 3. 10 re-rolls. No, 3.
So you reach out with your electrical currents, reading his mind, and you can hear the sound of swearing in his native Mandarin in his head as he's going, fuck, run, just get to your fucking car, reload. If they come at you, those fucking things, just shoot them and run, you gotta get the fuck out of here, man.
Nice.
Now, is that an
Okay.
instant action or a reflexive action to read his mind?
It is. Oh, it's reflexive.
Okay, so you can still do a normal action. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna head after him because he's running.
Like you're just like no witnesses. Okay, so you can move as an action. What would you like to do?
Yes, I'm going to.
There's a free action.
Fly sort of down and maybe try running out the doors, or just because I don't want anybody outside really to see the flying part.
You can reach the door before
with your
him.
wings.
Because
Oh,
of your
well, then
wings,
there
you
you
can
go. I'm
you
gonna-
can reach the door and cut him off.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I thought he was
Sure.
ahead of me.
All right.
Yeah.
No. It took him. He had to
Jeez.
run across the catwalk and jump down.
Oh yeah, he's
So
not
he's
getting out,
headed
so
to the
I'm
door,
just-
so you can
Yes.
fly over, block his
I will
exit,
fly
and
over,
still
block
act.
him, and just kind of hover a little bit. Be like,
Would you
where
like to
do
hold
think
an
we're
action?
going?
Would you like to hold an action?
Um,
Because you still have an instant action, which could be anything from like punching him to grabbing him,
yeah.
anything physical.
yeah.
You could try to intimidate him. You could do anything you
Yeah,
want.
I could just try and grab him. Yeah.
Okay. Then make me a strength and brawl roll, please.
Oh gosh, don't have any of that.
I don't know. You might have more in your demonic form.
I think I have more. Let's see. I have more. Yeah, no, I got more in my demonic. Let's see. What have I got? What can I do?
Because
What can I do?
what demonic form of powers do you have?
I've got the electrical sight. I've already used the
Okay.
EMP. I also have Inhuman Beauty, Inhuman Intelligence, multiple images.
Multiple images. Okay, so that doesn't increase your strength at all.
No,
What does multiple images do? That sounds cool.
multiple images. Oh, I can multiply myself. I can be in multiple places at once.
That's pretty
Demons
rad.
can't fully replicate themselves, but can create ghost images of themselves, which can be terrifying to behold.
You could do that and block the door with it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Just suddenly go strobe into like 10 of you or something. How does that work?
Okay, the demon can create a legion of identical demons. Demons are not real, cannot take any actions of their own, mimic the actions of the demon, costs 1 ether. Dice pool is manipulation and intimidation plus primum versus his composure, and it is also reflexive.
Okay, so
Manipulation, intimidation.
well, so normally you'd only be able to make 1 reflexive action per turn.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? It's so badass. I'm gonna allow it.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, we'll keep it in mind for next time. Okay.
No, you can do it now if you want. Yeah, we'll keep it.
Oh
in
yeah,
mind
I want
for
to do
next
it.
time.
Yeah.
Do it. Spend the aether.
3. Yep. Intimidation. Oh, I don't have any intimidation. Well, we'll just that primum, and I have 2. And I'll
You can spend a willpower for 3 dice.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
And an ether. 1, 2, 3. Let's go back to 8 dice. That's fun. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 3 successes.
3 successes.
Yeah,
All right. How many does that create?
I think. When was that create? Success. Legion of Demons is maddening. Oh, it doesn't say how many.
Okay, we'll just say that you
Yeah, just
enough to cover the
Legion.
bay door.
Yeah, however many hash marks that I have on my body that look like tattoos represent an image of the demon. So, I don't know, we can roll for how many hash marks I got.
We'll say 8.
But I mean, sure, that sounds good.
So there are 9 of you blocking this door now. Okay, so that's going to be your turn, Mr. Dredge.
All right. Now Kendra had something in her hand, right? When
Kendra did have something in her hand. It kind of looks like a giant stopwatch.
I'm gonna reach down and pluck that out of her fingers, and her gun as well, because I think she had one too, right?
Yeah, she did. So this is a stopwatch embedded in a rubberized human heart that pulses as you pick it up.
Cool. I think I'll just kind of like, I don't know if I could kind of put the thing inside of me or just have to hold it in a glob of stuff. But I'm just gonna hold.
You probably
on to
have
that.
like a kangaroo pouch.
Sure. I'm just gonna like sink both those items into me for right now. And then, I mean, I think I've got what I was looking for. Like,
You got Kendra.
Do we know if? Yeah. I'm gonna. Oh, do we need her or do?
Well, I mean, what you're looking for is the attaché case.
Right. I am going to pick her up and throw her over my shoulder, and then just like some sort of demonic puppet, just get pulled back by my own strings, and just be like, "I'm Batman," just kind of.
Do you say that?
I'm gonna. You know what? Yeah, probably. I'm just gonna look at one of the guys hiding behind like a barrel and be like, "I'm Batman."
Oh no.
And I'm gonna go ahead. I'm actually gonna go drop back towards where we came in. Was that the same doors that Lum was heading towards, or
no? He was headed for the back door.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna head back to where we came in.
So yeah, you can spend your round just getting out of there then.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna and then land back there.
Okay. That's great. All right, so you'll be able to duck around the side of the entrance with your extra propulsion. And Ms. Maccabee, it is your turn now. So Ms. Maccabee, Vincent just shot you, bounced off your cheek. You have dead Jeffrey in your hand. You have the Hellfire rifle in your other hand.
She is going to consider drop Jeffrey, take the 1 or 2 steps it takes to get. Actually, no, that's not true. She is going to flap once, and then scoop. What was the other guy's name?
Vincent.
Vincent. Scoop Vincent up by his collar, which is really just like a pinch, up into the center of the room, and bring him very close, and whispering in many, many voices, "Where is the case?"
The trunk. We're parked across the street.
You've been very helpful. And just with the lava gun.
Okay, I'm not going to even make you roll for that.
Point blank.
And his face is just going to just turn to a skull as the
Beautiful.
flesh melts off, and then the skull is going to deteriorate. Well, so much for Vincent. Okay, thug number 4, 5, and 6 are going to reload, except for thug number 6, who's particularly. Oh, sorry, Ms. Maccabee.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have an exploit.
Yeah.
That I guess technically, I don't know. I'm wondering if I can kind of use it. I don't know if I can use it in a way that it's not really meant to be used. I have
which one is
to
it?
exploit addictive presence.
Mm.
I'm out
Okay.
here trying to build a following
Okay.
for my own little self. I have decided that I'm going to be the next god machine. And so thus I need followers. So I'm kind of secretly hoping that I can
Are you gonna roll a
entice
cult?
these people. Yeah, I kind of want to. I do have 2 dots in cultists. So out there somewhere,
Yeah, I
she
like
does have
cultists.
people. Yeah, she does have people following her. So I'm just wondering if maybe they can be like swayed in some way.
You know what? This is going to be that. This is not how it's supposed to be used.
No, it's not.
But I'll let you do this as a reflexive,
Okay.
just to be weird.
Yeah.
And so what you're going to do is you're going to spend a point of Aether,
Okay.
and you are going to roll Socialize plus Presence plus Primum. Are you attempting to use it on a singular person or multiple people?
How many are left?
There are 5 thugs and Marshall Lum.
Maybe just Marshall Lum.
Okay.
In hopes that he has been terrified by Miss Void and has turned to
Okay.
me as a savior.
Okay. So I will allow you to do that. So what you can do, I would spend a willpower on this.
I'm 100% yes.
Okay, because this is
Is it how
difficulty
bad I roll?
equal, or so you need it's an extended roll. You're trying to achieve his willpower.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on. If there's ever one good roll to roll, good one. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 4.
Okay.
Come on, 10. 4.
Did you add the +2 for your human beauty?
No, I didn't.
Do that.
6.
6? His willpower was 6.
Ah!
Ew.
In a single roll, you managed to do this. Do you just kind of like look up at him, and using this exploit, you are going to need me to make me a wits and manipulation roll at a -2, because of the compromise of using an exploit.
Okay. That's failure.
Oh my god, yes! Yes! Would you like to make this a dramatic failure?
Sure. She's feeling real cocky, so probably went way too far. Is that a beat?
It's a beat. Here's what else is gonna happen. You're gonna lose a dot of cover,
Okay.
and you can choose from one of the following conditions: blown, betrayed, or hunted. Because you glitch this so hard, the God Machine flags you.
Oh.
The agents of the God Machine know where you are now.
Oh.
So blown means your cover, it has extra heat on it. Hunted means that hunter angels might be inbound. And betrayed, it means you're betrayed. I don't know exactly what that means.
Yeah. I kind of like
Alternatively,
the idea.
you can make
Sorry, yeah.
2 permanent glitch rolls.
And what
as
are
your
glitches
cover-
again?
Glitches are like the things where your machine self like shows through, or like weird, like your eyes will always glow red, or
Interesting.
you'd rather be
Okay, I
hunted.
kind of Okay, so I actually kind of like the betrayed. I kind of
Okay.
like the idea that what's their name? Jackie,
Okay.
Daphne's like protege. I kind of like
Mhm.
the idea that they've been like tracking Daphne and have picked up that she's not who she says she is, and has started following things and has sort of sent up
Mm.
flags in forums and such, saying, "Hey, my
Nice.
boss does some weird shit," and thus has been betrayed by Jackie.
Okay. So storyteller character you previously considered an ally. The character betrays you to the God Machine or its agents at the worst possible time, and your betrayer gets all eight again on all rolls against you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So you will have
yes, I
betrayed.
like
You will
that.
not know about this, but
No.
just it happens now.
Yeah.
Okay. That is beautiful. So as you use that power, he's gonna turn to you. Oh God! Please save me! Save me! He's gonna drop to his knees and turn toward you and start praying in a combination of just panicked English and Mandarin, which of course you understand fluently as a demon.
Yeah.
Okay. The thugs are going to all kind of like turn and like keep reloading their guns. Top of the initiative, Mr. Cinder, you are outside, looking in at this. Do you do anything?
No, I
Can I
think I think we've
Sorry. Can I have a quick free action to turn to Mr. Cinder and say the attaché is in the trunk?
Fair. Okay. So, Mr. Cinder. Well,
I'm probably like somewhere up or down the street at this point because I teleported away.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Sorry, never mind then.
so yeah.
And yeah, I think the swarm's been going long enough, so I'm going to just no longer concentrate on it, and it probably return to the nether reaches of whatever dark places they were conjured out of.
All right. Sounds good. So down the street, as you are there, you are going to notice that there is a white panel van parked kind of down a side street away from this building.
Mr. Cinder is probably going to turn into a alcove of some form in this area and try to change back into one of his covers.
Okay. Spend a point of Aether to do so.
I will do so.
And you are immediately going to get the spooked condition as you do, because you think that all eyes are on you now.
Well, I am riddled with bullets, so
It's true. Okay, so that's going to be your turn. Kendra is unconscious. Jeffrey is dead. Marshall Lum is going to plead, please, please, please just help me. Just help me. Help me. Please. They're everywhere. I don't know what these things are. You got to help me. I'll do anything. The thugs are going to hold their actions with guns drawn. Miss Void.
So he's saying that to Ms. Maccabee.
Yeah.
Anything?
Yeah. Anything.
What do you think?
I don't know. Please have your fun.
So many thoughts, so many ideas. His form could be very useful. Could I take him as a cover?
You would have to enter a soul pact with him and then reap it.
How does that work?
So you would have to sign a contract with him.
He did say he would
and it would
do
have to be
anything.
for his soul, and then you could cash it in at a later date to just gain him.
Okay.
So you'd have to promise him something in return. So
Yes.
what would you offer him?
I will promise him that he can leave here unscathed, go back to his little gang, continue everything that he was doing before. In exchange, I want to know what he's doing. I want to know what they're planning, and I want to know what they're up to. And you know,
Hmm.
his soul at a later date.
Okay, so to ask for his soul, are you going to offer him like greater wealth and power?
Oh, yes, he can continue doing everything he wants. He will be successful beyond his wildest dreams.
Okay, so making this established pact, there's a big system for this, which we're not going to get super deep into for a short run. But basically, what's going to happen is you, Miss Maccabee, are you going to tell him to do this?
See, that's she doesn't want to lose her own follower. She will turn to Miss Void and say, "You will owe me at a later date for this."
Of course.
You give yourself to her freely, and all of her promises will be true.
Yeah, anything, man. Okay. So
Excellent.
Miss Void, the way that a contract works, it has to be a physical signature, and it has to a soul contract has to be signed in blood by both parties.
Absolutely. Well,
Like it
I mean,
literally does.
He's probably got a shot or something on him, you know. He's probably
yeah,
shot
totally.
somewhere. Yeah. We'll just,
so it also
take
has
it
to
out of
be
whatever
on a-
wound hurts.
It has to be on a physical piece of property. So you could put it on a rock. You could, if you shape shifted back to your form and you had any paper on you.
Is
Just,
there
like-
anything just
Rip a panel off the wall.
panel off the wall or some paper, from something
Cool.
else around
and
there?
scratch it in with one of your
Scratch
demonic
paper.
fingers.
Yes, my long, beautiful, blood red nail.
All right. There's that horrible noise as you do this. And as you're forcing this Triad Enforcer to sign this with blood, we're going to transition to outside where Mr. Dredge, are you going to maintain your form? You would have heard him say, "It's in the van," from where you were.
Once I leave, I'm going to actually just kind of get out to kind of someplace that's got some cover. And I think probably what I would do before I change out of my form is mind read Kendra while she's unconscious. And basically just I want to dredge up the kind of the what exactly was the storyline behind everything? What her everything that happened from kind of her vantage about how this all came about, so that I have perspective.
She very much failed her resistance to that.
Okay.
I rolled I rolled 2 1s and a 5 against that. So you're going to get a bunch of flashes, and the basic story is this. They started using their friend Jeff's dad's business that he was taking over, basically a hand-me-down. Hey, my loser son needs a job. I'm going to give him my business to run because he's been a good painter, and I'm hoping that it'll turn him around. They started using it as a money laundry facility and a drug front. Started getting in with the triads as they were moving through Richmond and into downtown. Through that, one of the enforcers started making moves on his friend Kendra. They fell in, and he got kind of abusive. So they cooked up a plan to basically rob one of his drops before he could pick it up.
Okay.
It went wrong. Their friend Haley was shot in the crossfire. And they ended up killing a guy on the way out with their van. They grabbed what they could off of his body, realized it was some weird alien stuff, and it seemed to drink up blood. The God Machine started messing with their mind a bit or something, because then they decided that with this new power, they could actually make Lum pay for all of the harm he'd done, his human trafficking, his abuse, some unspeakable acts that he probably committed with Kendra. So they burned down his fishery. He wasn't there at the time, so they went to where they thought he would be, and their intention was to come here and kill him and get revenge on him for all that he had done. And then a bunch of monsters from beyond the universe came and killed them.
All right.
And given that you're reading Kendra's mind, you're going to see a bunch of those things. And it's pretty horrific, the stuff that he put her through.
Okay. One last question. So that tells me kind of the stuff I really wanted to know. What about the heart? What exactly is that, and how does it work?
It stops time for 6 seconds.
All right.
When you sing a nursery rhyme to it.
That's kind of what I figured. All right.
It doesn't
In which
always
case-
work.
Oh, okay. Oh, actually, I guess that makes me... Okay, does she resonate? Does she have any, like, infrastructure? Because if the... Like, can infrastructure be mental?
Theoretically. You don't think so, though. You think that these are trinkets. You think they looted them off of his body and just figured out how to use them.
Okay. In which case, I am going to pick her up once more, and I'm going to carry her away from the site.
Okay.
I'm basically just going to get a decent distance away, try to take like shadowed paths or whatever, and then I will lay her down out of the way.
Okay.
Because I think I've got what I need.
Okay. And you know that the attaché is in the van.
And then I'll go looking for the van. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll transform back to normal.
Sounds good. Spend a point of Aether to do that. So, Mr. Dredge, after laying her down and you shift back into your normal form, you're going to pick up, let's see, that's going to be one glitch. Oh, sorry, you're going to get the spooked condition. You are the one with the spooked condition. You chose condition.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you're going to get the sense that everybody's on you. You're going to get the idea that because your form is the only cover you have, that you are extra nervous right now. Mr. Cinder, as you shift back in, you actually pick up 2 glitches. So it is going to be you are
on top of the condition.
So you did not get the condition. That was James that got it, unfortunately. Sorry, that was my mistake. Although you could choose to take a condition instead as one of the glitches.
Yeah, because I think that's what I was intending.
Okay, cool. So you'll get 1 glitch then. And tell you what, I am going to just roll to see what type of glitch you get. How's that?
Or if you like spooked, you can always have the spooked, and I'll take the other one.
Well, you take, Mr. Cinder, why don't you both take spooked?
Oh, instead of the guilty?
Would you rather have guilty or spooked?
Probably guilty.
Okay, so you're guilty and shaken, because you're still shaken from before. And Mr. Dredge, you are spooked.
Got it.
And on top of that, Mike, you are also going to get a... you are going to have, like, a sudden feeling in your gut. And
yeah, bullets.
Bullets, absolutely, but kind of this groaning feeling in your stomach. For the remainder of this glitch, you are going to have the strange urge to subsist off of styrofoam.
That's normal.
Yeah. So your change in diet is now you are going to have to eat styrofoam along with all of your food to process it.
I get to drink my coffee and then eat the cup.
It's true. It's like a bread bowl. Okay. And with that, you said you head back over toward the van. The two of you are going to meet at the van. With the keys that you were easily able to find in Kendra's pocket, you are going to be able to pop the back, and the two of you are going to see that, sure enough, just there, tucked underneath one of the bench seats in the back, kind of hidden out of the way, is a silver attaché case.
Well, there it is. Do you want to do the honors, or shall I?
You have your hands full. Let me get that.
Sure.
Looking at it, you can see there's an incredibly complex lock mechanism that they tried to open. But for each of you, all it would take is a single touch and an expenditure of aether.
Where are the others? Are they coming along?
Oh,
or-
you know how those two are. I'm sure they're just going to be just fine. They're just fine. Maybe we should get out of here.
Yeah, I don't want to open this here.
Yeah, we can always regroup later.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
Wait, if we take our vehicles, how are they getting back?
Let's just, there's like a parking garage or something like that down the road, maybe. Maybe we'll just go there and just hang out for a little bit. We don't want the cops around.
But what about, and point to the body strewn over the shoulder?
No, I left Kendra back. I
did you?
put Kendra off in a shadow somewhere so no one can see her.
So, Mr. Cinder, as you say that and like kind of look around, Miss Maccabee and Ms. Void are going to be walking across the street about 20 feet from you now, having resumed their normal forms.
We thought we had misplaced you both.
We got the attaché case. I think we should get out of
Right
here.
here.
Like now.
Good.
Now would be an excellent time for us to leave.
Yes, they might be coming soon. And Boyd will
Soon?
check the police scanner just to make sure.
Oh, you don't need to. In the distance, you can start hearing some sirens heading this way now. They're
Yes,
several
let's
blocks
go.
off at this point.
Going is good. Let's go.
Going is excellent. I'm gonna go running over to my truck.
What's wrong
Okay.
with you two?
So the attaché is still in Mr. Cinder's hand then. Okay.
Maccabee will walk up with the gun in one hand and put a hand out to Mr. Cinder.
I reach forward and shake her hand. Good job, you have the gun. And then turn and head towards the car holding the case.
Oh,
I mean, we are
Zero.
demons. Like, I trust you, but not farther than I can throw you.
yeah.
And then
She will keep
proceed
the
to
gun
run
in
the
her
car.
hand.
All right.
Did-
So are
do
you
you
riding
need-
with Mr.
Miss-
Cinder
Miss-
now?
I will get in the car with the attaché. I don't. Whoever
Great.
goes in that one.
Oh, we're trading. Lovely. And then proceed to, like, get in the seat and throw the case on top of the stack of money and drugs in the back.
All right. It bounces on the stack of money and drugs, and you gun it and start driving away? Or are you going to wait for Miss Void as well? Or is Miss Void running a ride with Mr. Dredge now?
I guess I'll go with Mr. Dredge. Doesn't matter. She doesn't
You
care.
fool.
So Miss...
In the car.
Miss...
We gotta go.
So Mr.
Let's go.
Cinder, you start driving off as Grover still bleeding from the wounds in you. Miss Maccabee, the case is in the back seat right now.
I know, but is he gonna smack at me?
Are you you're not gonna check it before you leave?
I desperately want to, but I also
Sure.
don't want to get in a.
True.
Thing.
And that's true. And the Tailor did say not to open it.
Yeah,
Okay. As you
It's right
drive
there.
off-
okay.
What's a little peek? What's one little peek? Come on, temptation.
You've blown through quite a bit of aether this game.
Yes, I wonder how much I have left.
Big goose egg.
I think
Better
I
hope
would
so.
like.
There's some in the
Are,
case.
are we taking bets on that?
Are we gonna get real bad if we get some PC versus PC stuff?
Oh man.
I don't want to screw everything up, but it's like, and I don't want to be
You
that guy
can't.
that's like, it's what my character would do. But
No, you can't. Just what do you do?
Okay. I'm gonna activate one of my demonic forms and activate my essence drain.
Okay.
And it allows me to steal Aether. And I kind of want to pull it and then grab the thing and jump.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a choice.
Oh, sorry.
Are we
Sure,
still
it's
going off of initiative?
Okay.
I've got the roll for that one if it helps. It's,
So
it's
what
plus
I would
plus
like you to
premium.
do,
Minus
I
damage.
want Mr. Cinder to give me a wits and empathy roll. Or
Empathy?
give me
I've got no
composure and
empathy.
empathy. No empathy? To vibe check this? Okay, and Miss Maccabee, can you please give me a wits, pardon me, a manipulation plus subterfuge roll?
Oh, I can do that.
Okay.
Well, I hope I can. We'll see with my rolling.
Oh, wait a minute. I've actually got a
That
lot of
doesn't sound
empathy
fair.
because I'm an animal vet.
Yeah, you have empathy on this character for a change.
Only
I
3.
have so much empathy. So, 5, 1, 2, 3.
3 successes? All right. Maccabee, how many did you get?
3.
Okay, so you guys are gonna have that moment where you're sitting in the front seat, kind of eye each other as you're driving, and you both know something's about to go down. Give me an initiative roll.
Come on. 10.
Just 3. I got 9.
Good night.
21.
21. Okay. So you are gonna have initiative. What do you do, Maccabee? Do you do the essence drain?
I don't think she's going to yet. I think she's gonna just try to grab the case and dive out the car.
Okay. So as you do, please give me a dexterity and athletics roll to hit the ground at 30 kilometers an or probably 50 kilometers an hour at this point.
It's not a very good pool. I'm gonna use a willpower for it.
Okay.
Keep in mind, I can teleport within line of sight.
Oh, I know.
I'm aware. I'm hoping you won't let your car.
This is
run
gonna
into
get
things.
ludicrous real quick.
This garbage car?
I don't know. 2.
2. Okay, you're gonna take a it's 50 kilometers an hour. So you're gonna take a point of bashing damage from the impact of the street as you tuck and roll. Your knees are gonna get scraped to hell, and it's gonna hurt. But you're gonna tuck and roll out with the case. Mr. Cinder, what do? You're driving past. You're probably about 10 yards past as she hits the ground.
No. The second she clicks the door open, I use my demonic form ability, Abruption Jets.
Okay, what does that do?
It locks me instantaneously into the gravitational forces of the planet, and I come to an immediate stop, and things like vehicles, they continue on their path. I am unharmed, so the vehicle rips basically around me while I just step away from the vehicle where it's at.
Oh my
This is so trippy.
Oh,
What?
Oh
I'm
my
following
God.
and this just explodes.
okay.
This is
Yeah,
All right,
the
so
car
I need a
explodes while I just
I-
remain like sitting and then just put my feet down. Where are you going?
So
I
you
need a
basically
compromise
John Wick
roll from
this.
you, please.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be like 15 dice, but still.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
See, I should have stolen your Aether.
You should have.
Yeah.
Oh god, this is so good.
2,
So those of
4.
Mr. Dredge, I'm assuming you're following behind.
Yep.
So
and I'm
you
real
are going
freaked out right now.
you are going to see Mr. Cinder just basically Fred Flintstone his feet down onto the ground as this car rips like paper around him, soars into a fire hydrant 30 meters ahead, and the fire hydrant's going to explode, showering water on the corner of the street up ahead as he just goes like that beat from like the T-1000 part of the
was gonna say
Terminator as he just
Terminator.
steps down on the ground.
Stepped out
and
of the
turns
flames
around.
of
you going?
devastation. Where do you think
Miss
you're
Mac-
going? And yeah, I got like 8 successes.
Holy shit. Okay, so you can take another beat or cover beat.
Yeah, but my cover beats are racking up quickly.
Yep. All right, Miss Maccabee.
Grover's terrifying.
So he does that. What do you do?
Finding gun.
She's
Do you
holding
wanna-
the gun. She's holding the gun up and opening the case.
Okay, spend a point of Aether.
Done and done.
Please, that won't hurt me.
In this
As
form,
you-
it might.
What was the sound effect?
As you open it up, you press it, open it, and as you loom over Mr. Cinder, the camera is going to kind of push through you. And as you open and look in, Miss Maccabee, a car is going to pull up behind you, but that's not what we're focusing on. What we're focusing on is the bright white light that casts all of your features into stark relief as you look at what's in the case. And that is where we're going to end game for tonight. As we see
Perfect.
Miss Maccabee's normally perfectly placated face turn into a look of bemused, aroused horror.
Yes. The perfect emotion.
It is just, it is this flash, like this is like some amazing level of acting on this performer's going,
This is terrible. This is awesome. I don't know which.
Meanwhile, as a post-credit scene, we will see that there is a horrible accident that has attacked this. The mafioso have driven off, and from the shadows, as cops are investigating this horrible shootout, all of the bodies on the floor. Not sure what's exactly going on here. All these dead kids. You know, this is ridiculous. With triads? Who knows? It could be anything. Yeah, this town gets weirder all the time, they say to each other. And as the camera kind of zooms back, we're going to just see in the corner of an alley a pair of yellow eyes reflecting at about 3 feet up, like a very large dog. And then another set of eyes, and another, and another, as the shape of 4 full-grown wolves watch from a nearby alley what's transpiring in their territory. And that's where we're going to end game officially right there, because you guys are totally in the bitches territory.
Yeah. Yeah, knew that. Crossover.
Yay!
Crossover. All my games have crossovers. All right, so that's
I
going to
know.
be it for us tonight. That was a lot of fun. This is my favorite episode of the game so far.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
definitely.
great.
Demons are
Great,
gross.
great.
And to think there's an angel hunting this thing too.
I know.
And the
mud
angel's
hunting.
way scarier than you.
I'm sorry, way scary. This group?
Oh yeah.
This group's scary.
Okay,
Yep.
so for tonight, I'm gonna give you all 4 beats to start off with, because that was a very enjoyable night for me. Did anybody fulfill any aspirations?
No, I should have had. I had to leverage an angel into giving me information, but I didn't have, acquire a cover.
What did you have, Miss?
You can.
Yeah.
You can argue. I'll let you decide if it works or not. But my long-term goal was gain a hold in the city, and I have a main guy in the mob.
I'll give
triad.
you a
Yeah.
I'll give you a beat for that as your part of your
Yeah.
long term. Yep, I'll give you a beat for that.
Fantastic.
I think I just ruined one of
Oh,
my...
and find the briefcase.
Oh, good. There we go. There's 2.
Does this count as being more social?
Yes, I'll give for Miss Void. I'll give you a beat. Mr. Cinder. So, Mike, what are you saying?
I think I ruined one of mine, because one of my goals was to take that really nice suit that was in the trunk of my car and put it
Right.
somewhere safe, and completely forgot about that when I ripped the entire car in half while stepping out of the wreckage.
You know what? I'm gonna roll a dice to see if it survived.
right.
Okay.
I mean, it's still in the case, so as long as it's not on fire
You know
and
what?
or
It's not. It's getting
So-
very wet.
yeah,
But it's in a
cases.
it's in a bag.
There you
Okay,
go.
maybe. And well, I definitely didn't put it somewhere safe, so I don't get
Okay.
that. But I did teleport my hiney, so
You did. So there's another beat for that. And James, any for you?
Oh yeah, I just got mine was I knocked someone out. I wanted
Okay,
to try
there
out
you
the
go.
new
Oh,
power.
And you just
Yeah.
left Kendra on the side of the street.
I probably the side street or something like that. I would have tucked her in the shadows. I don't mean her bad. Like she did what she thought she was supposed to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I have no hard feelings for her.
Nice. Oh, well, that's going to be it for this episode of Demon. We're going to pick up next episode with What's in the Case? But a big thank you to all of you folks out there on Patreon, because you guys get to watch this first. Patreon, you are our biggest supporters, and you are the biggest source of funding and support for Dork Tales. So a big bunch of love to you. Thank you for staying here and supporting us. I want to specifically thank all of you, but let's start with my mom, which always feels weird to say, but Christa always smiles, so that's always nice. So Mom, love you big much. Thank you for being a divine producer. Precarious, thank you for being a demonic producer, particularly useful for this game. A big thank you as well to our wizards of the Patreon. That would be Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin, and one who has not chosen their name yet, but will be soon. And then finally, right? The unnamed one. A big thank you to our High Council of the Patreon, Taryn, Buddy, Trizelta, Amberthist, Cubby Gummy, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Sergio, Chef Aladeth, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, Mike Baxter, and Kalen Whitebeard. Folks, if you're not watching this on Patreon right now, that means that you got it several months after its initial recording, editing, and uploading. And to get access to games like this early, join the Patreon. It's pretty cheap right now. It's the $5 tier that gets you more than 5 games a month in advance. You also get a behind-the-scenes podcast and a ton of other stuff. It's honestly one of the best deals on the internet. I strongly recommend it. You can't even buy a coffee for $5 anymore. Buy me a coffee. You know,
save me the
Get a
styrofoam.
channel on Amazon Prime for that. I mean, heck.
right?
No.
That's true. They're like $7 Canadian. So like, I think we're worth at least as much as maybe not Shudder. Shudder's pretty good. Not sponsored by Shudder, but would be sponsored by
Would be
Shudder.
sponsored by Shudder.
I'd be sponsored by Shudder.
This one would be. You could run some sick horror games
Oh
sponsored
god,
by Shudder.
I would run sick horror games. I'd get demonetized.
yeah.
Demonetized.
Demonetized.
Cthulhu weekends.
Yeah. I love tentacle horror on my weekends. But with that, I think this is where we're going to call it here. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next episode here on Demon the Descent. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Demonetized.